What?
It's the Cornish version.
Happy New Year!
Happy New Year!
And welcome back to Dragonborn Industries. Two moderators that are watching and are jumping right now, please double check the sound for us because we've had an update of some systems and I just need to make sure that we're not clipping or going too far because I'm redlining to fuck over here, but I don't know if that's going to sound any different, so just let us know. Otherwise, Happy New Year to everybody out there. We are now in 2025. We're in the end times, folks.
Future!
This is absolutely it.
Finally.
Yeah, God. There's the mark of depression, isn't it? Like, oh, just fucking end it now, please.
The plans are coming together.
2024 was so last year.
It was. And I haven't seen you guys since last year. So when you think of animals, what do you think is the most versatile?
It's got to be a horse, right?
It's got to be a horse, right?
Prove me wrong.
Tardigrade?
I was fucking
tardigrade. Yeah, tardigrade.
Yeah, Jack?
Well, like when you bond with one, when you bond with a horse, they're like your best mate. It's not much like having dogs, I suppose, you know. And they're also good pack mules, you know. They can pull a lot of shit.
So that's two uses.
You haven't spent a lot of time on horses, have you, Jack?
No. So, prove me wrong. Why they cannot be versatile?
Because I mean, Shetlands, just Shetlands. Anyone who's ever had a Shetland will know they are called Shetlands.
Okay, well, we're talking about horses as a general,
versatile.
In the modern day,
a tardigrade the size of a horse.
Oh, it would do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
We'd be
Long
bigger
division.
on the moon.
So, according to
I think
No
it
one can do
could,
that.
yeah.
according to Google, the elephant is the most versatile animal.
I mean, what's the parameters here?
well, that's what I would like to know, Jack.
there is no parameters. Someone was asked what their favourite animal is, and they said horse.
Right.
And I went, oh, that's a pretty versatile animal. Like, you know.
His answer to someone's favourite animal,
Yeah, it was like,
his response to it was, versatile. It was almost as good as when we
Am
were
I
asking
wrong?
each other what our favourite dinosaurs were, and somebody said Triceratops, and then Nick went, "Yep, that's a good one." One of the best moments of my life.
Yeah.
It was just, that was
Oh, well, this is wild. So my Google is saying many versatile animals, including tardigrades,
Yes.
camels,
yeah.
goats,
Yeah.
octopuses should be octopi, and snow leopards.
Right.
Why
the snow leopard?
I don't know.
Camouflage.
I mean, they're not
Yeah.
endangered for a reason.
I'm just saying.
But like the goat, you eat it, you milk it,
Yeah.
you can use it as a pack animal, you can use it as a pack mule if you train them right. The goat, I think, is actually up there for most versatile that we could possibly
Okay, well,
They
we're
can
not,
scare people with their freaky eyes.
this wasn't a competition of
Yeah.
like what is the most versatile
It wasn't,
animal.
it was your
Simulator
response
I
to
was
that
just
question.
saying, the horse is a versatile animal.
It's a versatile.
It is. That was exactly what I
So
said.
it's got
Yeah.
a whole horsepower.
So fuck you.
Way!
Versatile.
Versatile, mate.
A bear's quite versatile. Omnivore.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Is it?
I feel like we're getting further and further away from the
Looking
truth.
forward to
But I mean, like, a horse isn't an oblique. No, it is an oblique vegetarian, so it could potentially. Have you seen those videos of like the
I was
cows
thinking
eating
obtuse.
birds?
I was like, how is it being so obtuse? Oblique, no.
It's all right.
Sorry, the
No,
cow.
that is an obtuse horse.
No. There's a video
Horse,
of like
also
a cow
great in
eating
Tesco
a
beef
bird.
lasagna.
Yeah.
My God.
Oh,
Now
that
it's
is
versatile.
It's not
That is
an
a
oblique
throwback.
vegetarian. It
It
will
is.
eat meat.
Jesus
Wait a
Christ.
sec.
I think if you've got a horse hungry enough, it'd eat meat.
I think it would.
Yeah.
Potentially. Oh god, this is going to be so long.
It's not worth fussing over.
How's everyone's New Year?
Yeah, nice, thanks.
Yeah.
Pretty good. Any pointless revolutions?
Yeah, round the Sunday.
Horses, chicken.
Either chicken and beef are not beef. A cow are not versatile. But did anybody make any pointless resolutions or anything like that?
Absolutely not. Who has time for that?
No.
I'm genuinely going to try and start weight training a bit.
Nice.
Like,
Nice.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to try and tandem one with my wife, which is I'm going to have her design me a cosplay costume that's thinner than I am. So that
Okay,
I
yeah.
have incentivized to showcase her work and lose the gut. So I think that's not a New Year's resolution, but like a me, let's be arrogant and vain. Because I want to get into that cosplay.
Fair enough. Yeah.
It's just eating it.
That's right. They're just
Horse eating a chicken.
Yeah, we literally have just watched a horse eat
I'm
a
not
chicken.
sure I wanted to see that.
It's like bears and tapeworms.
My pony did once kill a goat, so, you know,
Okay,
on
wow.
top of who's most versatile.
They are murderers.
I think the horse won that one,
I
eh?
think so, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyway,
New Year's resolution: lose weight, get buff.
yeah. Alex's was, I
standards.
think, had a good
Do
one
crime.
before. Was like just be kind to myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Nice, easy way out,
Always a
innit?
good one.
Just do whatever you want. It makes you feel good. I really like
Yeah.
that one. But otherwise, I don't really do the New Year's resolution thing. I don't really think it's. Nobody sticks at them.
No.
It's a good time frame to work from. You say, how long have you not been drinking? Oh, for April, May, and you just January.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of it's most.
It's a good time to kind of start something new,
Yeah.
isn't it? Rather than go, oh, it's my resolution.
Yeah.
Because I think if you call it a resolution, you're more likely to be like, I can't stick to it. Whether you're just like, I'm just going to try this. It's easier to kind of stick with
I'm a
something.
fighter and not a quitter. I am resigning.
Yeah. I suppose I'm going to hand over to Steph now to talk about our first sponsor of the night.
Yes. Starting the year off with a normal one because every now and again I like to pop one in.
Couldn't be
just
bothered,
to
eh?
like.
Couldn't be fucked. And he's live tonight.
No, I thought it was important to kick off the year with stating how, how much we love and appreciate our wonderful sponsor, Warrior Prince 3D. You can find them at www.warriorprince3d.etsy.com or over on Instagram at warriorprince3d. Rich does the most incredible high quality 3D prints, whether it's cosplay items, terrain, miniatures, figurines, collectibles, whatever your little heart can desire. If it can be 3D printed, Rich can absolutely do it for you. The amount of stuff that he has available is mind-boggling, absolutely incredible, and every single print is sent out to the highest quality, and we are so lucky to be working alongside him, and he's provided a lot of the stuff that we use on stream, so we're showcasing what he can do, and you should definitely go check him out. And you can also use our wonderful permanent exclusive code to the stars to get yourself a lovely little 10% off at Basket, because why not do it in January when you didn't get the stuff from Santa that you wanted?
Was Santa a prick to
yourself.
people this year, was he?
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Santa was really good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
3 orgasms was great.
In the morning or?
Well, 3 in the
Technically.
evening.
Was it past midnight? Oh, could be the morning.
Crossing
I've got
over.
a Santa fetish because I know Steph does, but if we ever get to the point where it cons, please, people, just turn up and dress as Santa. Because
Listen,
just
I'll
watch
go
her
on.
fucking melt. Just fucking
Listen.
towels and a puddle.
We'll get the wet floor sign.
Caution, ho, ho, ho.
That's just pinned to her. While you're spending your money, please go over to check out rollandplaypress.com. We have an affiliate code which is Dragonborn10. You can use that at cart. It will give you 10% off your books, and it lets them know that you come from us. We're not going to roll on there tonight because I'm going to try and speed up the announcements a little bit. And then I'm going to hand over to Jack.
Yeah. Should we just do a couple examples, or are we can still insult people?
Do the whole thing. That's, that's a good show normality.
Alright. Fuck it. You, Steph.
Hello.
Alright.
Wait, so was that? Did you count that? Did you just roll a dice and randomly point it?
There's 5. Fuck. Oh, shit. So,
Random dice.
so
Go.
find a minute. Steph, you are shallower than a shallow grave in a graveyard sat on granite.
Fair play.
Yeah. And we are
That's
on
very-
granite.
That's very specific.
Oh, he's fucking oh, the Cornish people got fucking wet.
Hey!
Thanks.
Fucking love a bit of Cornish granite.
Oh,
James,
it's so solid
for
and
it.
reliable. Get right in there.
God, it's so porous,
Oh,
moist.
We're a Tamesy, eh? Oh.
James, what will you do for a face when that banshee wants its arse back?
That's good.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
He just called you fuck ugly, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Alex, there you go, buddy. I'd rather take a job wiping a green dragon's ass. That's literally it.
I think that's a response to asking somebody to
yeah.
do something. Maybe I don't know.
You got off lightly there, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still hurt, man.
We're
If
saving the
I,
best to last.
if I paid for your opinion, I'd get change from a copper piece.
Yeah. That's sassy. I like.
Spicy.
Versatile.
And I didn't ask how big the room was. I said fuck off. Loki bounce. Everyone. Take a minute insults.
I can't talk.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I'm not sure I can.
Shaft him.
I want that on a
Shiv him.
t-shirt.
You can smell the potion, but cannot locate the flask.
Okay.
Still not as good as now. That's going through this. I said, fuck off.
Fucking hell. That was all random. Every single time it's random,
course.
and unfortunately you get fucking bad
Can't
every time.
It's like they're just waiting for you. The heart of the cards just knows where
I am the heart of the card.
You are
the asshole heart.
Alright,
of the
Yami
cards.
Yugi. Please do check out
Sorry,
Loki Battle
second
Mats.
Kyber here.
Please do check out Loki Battle Mats, the deck of many things. And one more shout out to Battle Systems. We've got a link in our bios and our descriptions and everything that goes out there. They have sent us out a shit ton of terrain. It's really cool. We're actually using it for the current maps that are on the table that we have, which you can just see the top of it here. It's all really modular stuff. Freaking cool. It's really, really cool. It's not just good for things like Starfinder, but like it comes from their game Core Space, which is like a sci-fi RPG, and they've got another game out which we're going to be doing some streams on called Maladum. But use that link, go check out their stuff. But anything from like Star Wars Legion to Warhammer to so many tabletop games that this stuff would be just perfect for. And thank you to them for supporting the show. If anybody else has got nothing else for us, I suppose we best jump into tonight's episode of Starfinder.
Let's do it.
Having made their way into the secret Dynatech facility with new team member Starfinder reconnaissance expert Pez and their drone Bear, the crew used their skills at their fucking hell.
We're back, maybe.
Oh,
Yeah, back.
It's new year, same blunders.
Yeah, baby. GM can't read. The crew used their skills and fuck. I've written one word one.
He's a one-word wonder.
Double W.
Alright.
The crew
now.
used the skills at their disposal to expertly and stealthily infiltrate the building. They find the Loom, a silk collecting room, a secret lab with another of these floating brain drones. This one being a different design to the one called Dr. Grimm they met on Kashoria. And then worked their way downstairs where Pez flew Bear around to survey some other rooms but was spotted and destroyed by a familiar face. A Vesk, Re-Acquisitions Department Specialist, more commonly known as a Harvester, that had been hunting down crew friend G33 earlier in our story. Combat ensues, and not having the support of others around, the crew make light work of this Vesk. Once defeated, the investigation continues, where TJ and Cass find data pads in a makeshift living room, while Calyx and Roos find the farming facility that has been nicknamed the Secret Garden. And that is where we pick up today. To reset the scene, the large room in this storage facility has been retrofitted with pens and treadmills to keep these augmented Decimar in a lethargic state. You can see them wired up to augmented reality machines that feed their brains images of nature and homes like those that are natural to them. They are hooked up to machines that feed them nutrients they need into one end, and then are hooked up to thread-receiving spindles of the Loom in the room directly above at the other. I hand over to you, the party. What would you like to do?
Fix Bear.
Cool. So as a mechanic,
Yep.
you absolutely can. How long does that take you?
So I've got the mechanic trick repair drone. When I spend 10 minutes, I can repair my drone for 25% of its maximum hit points.
Cool. So you begin for the next 10 minutes, starts doing that. You see
Yeah.
this. I mean, what's it look like?
So he kind of, the backpack that Bear comes out of also doubles as like a mini like workstation. So it kind of comes out and kind of like the toolbox out of Toy Story 2. It just kind of flicks up with all the sort of tools and gadgets, sort of like Allen keys, hexes, the old sort of electric screwdriver, and you just see him kind of put Bear onto like a charging / docking station. And it's like, oh, I've always wanted to upgrade this bit, and he like refines it and kind of puts him back together.
So as that's going on, Obviously, TJ and Kaz, you were down in this like makeshift living room, which is in the very south of the map, towards the left of the main entrance, which you guys didn't use because you came in through a back window. You've obviously found this big TV that's just showing like an asteroid race at the moment, where loads of people are racing single fighter and racecrafts in the Diaspora. Very sanctioned and standard race, kind of. It's just basically watching TV on the Infosphere. You've seen this like blood-covered table, but no like RAD specialist, or the reacquisition department specialist cases. You've seen them before when you first went to Dynatech and saw them trying to riz up Soulfire. That's where I used riz up. Riz, yeah, I'm learning. Obviously, that was the Drow more than the Vesk, and you find these data pads with like lists of people and part numbers you think it is. Then another data pad with something similar to it. You then, Roos and Calyx obviously have come through into the main chamber, where screens all around each of these pens, and each of these pens that are in there have like 5 or 6 decimar in each one. There's quite a few of them in here. They're all just on their own individual like treadmills, just trundling forwards.
What do you want to do, Calyx?
I think in this moment, because I think we ended with he's holding the hand of one of these Decimar. And as he's holding this hand of this Decimar, he's just staring at this screen that he's watching, that the other one is following, and he's just staring, and for a while he seems sort of kind of lost in watching where this Decimar's going, how pointless this path that they're walking is. I think he's aware that probably you're in the room probably with the... So he will speak in Decimar first, but he then switches to Common afterwards. But he'll just ask quietly to this Decimar, where are you going? Where is your home? What is this path you're following? And any response, or?
Give me a medicine check.
No, look. First
Let's roll a 25!
Oh shit, it really is!
Woo!
1.
What do you call that, Colt, or is that...
I mean, I'd take
Can
it.
you rest a dice on it?
I don't.
Yeah, I'll take it.
What's the roll?
That was a good one.
26.
15 on the dice for
Yes.
26. Okay. That laughing really upset me. I really need to blow my nose.
This serious moment!
Alex, there is actually a roll of kitchen roll by the pressure pot. Could you just hand that over to me, please? I'm
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
He'd rather go wipe a green dragon's ass.
Fair enough. So I'm just going to be sniffing all night, so I do apologise. We just
Disgusting.
disgusted.
It was one of
Yes.
his.
What is?
Fucking is.
You like speaking to them, and you are looking for a response, and you have these like holes on the side of your head as a Decimar install, where basically your ear canals are, sort of near your frills, and you can see that this like cowl has been like surgically fused over the face, and it is in front of where the ear canals would be, but the ear canals have been sewn shut, and you can see that there is an augmentation wire that goes into them that feeds sound. You can tell that basically they have taken away all external sensors, and you're not sure why touch doesn't work, but you imagine that to do with like the amount of sensory overload that's going into the brain to keep them like, because they're obviously seeing what's on the screen even though they clearly don't have eyes, so it's being directly fed to their brain. So there must be some semblance of being alive, or else they would not be able to walk, produce silk, but it's almost like they are zombies. They're alive, but they're not.
I'd like to then repeat the questions, but using telepathic message to attempt to see if they can hear.
Interesting.
And let's see, you send a short telepathic message and hear simple telepathic replies. any living creature within 10 feet of you or an intended recipient also receives your telepathic message if it exceeds DC 25 perception. But I'll just let this go to if anyone within 10 foot replies.
Okay. Yeah. What do you say?
It's the same thing. It's what is the path you're following? Where is your home? Where are you going?
I'm trying to find a home. Hello? Who's there?
Can I
And
tell?
like genuinely, the screen, you can see it stops moving forward. They stop and they stop moving to the back of the treadmill. There's no like grind or anything like that in the back of it, but like but like
I'm so sorry.
they no. You gotta keep walking at 1 mile an hour.
Oh.
But you genuinely get their attention, and it causes them to stop, and it like breaks a cycle, and there is this genuine like, who's there? Hello?
I squeeze their hand harder. My name is Calyx. I'm a brother of yours, I suppose. You're not maybe where you think you are.
I can't
about
see
6
you.
seconds.
Where are you?
I just let go at that point because I'm just like. Yeah, I think Calyx is just sort of overwhelmed with emotions at that point. Like, he just immediately lets go and just stops. We can't. I'm turning to Roos because I know this is what I said to you, lot. We can't kill them. They're in there. We have to. If there's a way.
We'll have to figure out how to get them out.
Maybe we can call the Starfinder Society. Maybe there's someone who. I mean, I'm good at medicine, but I'm not this good. And the eggs out there, we have to do something. We have to get them out.
Can you all retrospectively make me a perception check, please? You will get a +5 bonus to this. Close range for you, please, Felix. Sorry, there's something from last episode that I forgot to do for you.
+5.
Yep. She'll be breaching 30s here.
29?
22.
34.
Right, cool.
23.
Awesome.
Bear got 31, Pez got 23.
Cool. So Bear actually saw them first. It was these like little cylinders on the floor of the footwell of the stairs. You go down. You're like, I don't know what these are. The rest of you, they are the cryo tubes, but they're empty. And you can see there are a few of the crates, and I forgot to mention that when we were at the bottom of the stairs last time. They've been opened, and like the 1 or 2 that are in there have obviously been opened and moved. Just a little retrofit, retcon.
Yeah.
To the last one. After a couple of seconds of you then talking to Roos, this one then carries on moving forwards.
Where are you, Kaz?
I think I'm in the room.
Yeah.
This one?
We're
Oh,
down here.
Did we not move into the big room?
I don't think we did because they'd opened up before we'd had a chance to.
I thought we ended up like
Running
sort of
after
rushing
them.
over
Yeah,
there,
I think
and
we
then
were on our way to be like, oh, okay, this
Okay.
is happening.
I think
You can tell
I
behind
would at least be going there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah,
I-
because I seen the door went up and you were like, shit, fuck,
Yeah.
we gotta go.
Yeah.
With you
Yeah.
walking over, or you wherever?
Yeah, I think I'd be maybe just come through the double doors in the middle,
Yeah.
or the hatch, and just kind of looking around at everything, trying to sort of just see what's going on, even from like a engineering perspective.
Yeah, I
I
was going to
suppose.
say, from your query,
Query.
from your query, I'll turn to Kaz and be like, is there anything we can do, access some sort of control panel, shut this thing down without causing any,
I think there probably is, but I've got a feeling it could be upstairs where we saw the brain thing.
Also,
Or
I'd like to counter that because they've got these great cowls on, haven't they? And am I right in saying that it looks like they're fused?
They are surgically fused
Yeah.
to their face.
I assume this is some sort of life support system.
That's why I think we should get someone who knows how to detach them properly.
I mean, I'm good at medicine.
I mean, I'm
The only thing I
but,
can
like,
suggest is not taking them right out of it, because that might be too much for them to bear.
Well, this is why I think we should. If we get others in the Starfinders, then we have more people who have, say, evidence that this is going on. That I know you've got your video and everything, but if we have more people who see this how it is first direct, then we're more likely to get people to care.
How about this? We get full control of this place, make sure there's no one around that can interrupt what we do here, and we call for help, and we secure the place until they get here. Protect the Decimar, just in case anyone else turns up.
Please.
That way we know we'll have the best chance in trying to save them.
What are we going to do about this brain?
I'm a little afraid as to who that brain is, but going up to meet them is probably the best thing, to keep them as far away from down below.
Do we want to try and introduce ourselves as if we work for the company? Try and buy a little time? Exactly, yeah.
Could try it. I mean, what we got to lose?
There's one room we haven't checked yet.
Yes, we should probably check that out before anything else.
I will say there is a potential with your plan that a memo's gone out throughout the company to not trust us.
Sure, but I mean, it could at least, even if it can buy us a few seconds.
True.
Also, in this time, kind of sending my camera around to take video of absolutely friggin' everything.
I assume
Yeah.
as much. And it does. I mean, you can see that, like, close to 40 Decimar in this one room with just, the abysmal and almost grimdark-esque servitor, like how they're just physical beings, like meat machines. That vibe. But you definitely know that there is a Decimar consciousness inside.
They're there and they're awake, and I don't want to hurt them.
Should we call for help now?
Probably best.
And just get them here as soon as
About
possible.
10 minutes.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Give Bear his 25%
Yeah,
back.
cool. With that, I'll just probably do what TJ's done with their camera, and I'll just send Bear around to catch
Another hour's worth of
footage.
footage.
Yeah.
Back up, who wants to make the call?
What I'll do is I'll just go to this one here. Because obviously this is for people at home who maybe are wondering about the facility. This is currently the facility they're in. We'll get pictures up of this on social media as well.
I'll snap a pic on my data pad. Send it to Ren, do you think, to pass on messages?
Sure.
Sure. So I'll send it off to Ren and be like, inside warehouse, not secure yet, but need advisement on Decimar extraction, possible medical issue. XOXO. Gossip Girl.
Are you sending a message or a voice message?
I'm doing a message on this one.
It doesn't take long for one to come back. It's pretty quick. It just says, I'll get on it pretty fast, as quick as possible. We'll let the first seeker and Chiskisk know. We'll try and get them to bring a medical team down, or to at least assess the situation.
Yeah.
Sending a team to assess.
Good.
We'll help secure when we're there.
We've got a bit of time until they get here.
Take about an hour to get there. That's how long it took you guys to get there.
That's okay. And at least if we know they can't, then we've tried.
Can I have a moment of being Asmodeus' advocate again? Do we think that these Decimar have been always like this? They've never known anything but this?
This will be their life.
And bringing them to this.
So what happens if we take them away from that? I'm just to put out a moral implication. These conditions are horrendous, and I'm not saying they're not, but what happens when they become aware of that?
I want to be there for them.
You are one being.
I know, but I know now what my path is. I want to be there, and I want to guide them, and I don't want to abandon them.
Absolutely fine.
This is
Just making sure that everyone is emotionally prepared for the fact that things might not be a happy ending here.
I know, and I understand that, but I want to try for them, because just leaving them and abandoning them, letting this be all they know, and
no one's going to do that.
this be everything can't be their end. This can't be it, and I won't let it be this.
Something good will come out of this. One, the best outcome is obviously we get to save the Decimar here, and we get to release them from their bond. The slightly worse outcome is that we can't save them. However, the operation comes to a standstill, and this doesn't happen again.
No, I understand that, but
Of course, we will do everything we can to save these Decimar, of course. It's just...
Sort of being prepared for every eventuality.
no,
Because you know, you go into these things thinking you can get everyone out safely, and you end up, watching your entire life fall into red mist in front of you, and it's
That happened to you?
yeah, Roos, you did.
Speak from experience.
We laughed about it.
Yesterday.
no, I understand, and I thank you for your counsel, but I know that this might go wrong and this might go well. It might everyone might just die, but I
This
can't.
kid might.
I only graduated Starfinder School yesterday.
I've got anything to bloody say about it. 3 fucking characters and 3 fucking sessions. You fucking wait.
Speedrun 2025.
Oh,
Well, should we go and clear out the rest of this horrendous facility?
My noise dampener is still on this entire time. Okay.
Currently, that dice over there.
Okay.
Can I... Where's the sort of access point to this whole facility? Is
So-
it still here, or is there...
There's a door right at the front here
There is.
that
So
we haven't come through yet.
Okay.
You know that circular door is probably the circular door you saw from the outside of the facility, being the front door. You came in through a back window, which is technically like here, but I've just moved this part of the map along so that you can see the main chamber. That's the only door in and out.
I'm going to go straight up to that door and just cover it.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can go cover it, it's not a problem. Yeah.
Who is it?
Knock, knock.
I'm going to make sure that I'm going to keep this noise dampener on me.
Yep.
And then I'm going to, if anyone wants to help me, sort of just clear out this little room that we haven't looked at yet, just to make sure.
Yep.
That'd be great. And I'll go move up to the room. Are there any windows to this little small room?
There are not.
It's just a door that's just like a straight metal
So
door.
the door
nothing.
is actually around here, past this rather large power couple, and it's it's the only one you've seen in this section of the facility that has this massive, essentially, power junction.
I would imagine it's probably like the breaker room or something.
Tell me if you want to make a check.
Okay. I'll make an engineering check.
Yep.
16.
It requires something requires a lot of power. This facility, yeah, clearly it requires a lot of power. However,
15. Yes.
you know that a lot of the power within building stuff comes within the bulkheads underneath, because it's a way of saving space as you build the conduits into the flooring and into the ceilings. So the fact there's power coming up from the floor into the wall tells you that something requires power in that room.
Okay. I think that sparks a little concern for Kaz. Ooh.
Doesn't say anything, just
Maybe see a little.
Hey, do you want to get that door, mate?
Ticking. What?
Step it right up, step in.
I think I'm gonna have just a gun ready, and then I'm just gonna try and open the door. I'm just gonna try and go in.
Yeah, the door is on a small access panel. It's not just called a panel, it's a slide door.
I think it's called a panel.
It's got a panel from now on. TSS
Yeah.
panel. And the
Yeah.
door slides open. what you are faced with on the inside is, once more, for a very dirty and industrial space, this particular building in this area of Epsom Station, you cannot help but overlook the elephant in the room. There is a giant cylindrical chamber filled with liquid that bubbles and pulsates. Its hefty power cables coming out to one side, and it's pulled out from one side of the walls, and it's pulled away back through the wall and down into a section of the floor where it joins the main power line. Give me a perception check, please.
32.
32. Inside this pulsating glass tube, you see a small... It's kind of like a bean shape, but then it has like a tendril that goes to the very top of the chamber.
I'm going to hazard a guess, and probably it's a growing decimar. They're artificially. I'm going to sort of. Are there any living targets within this room? Like, is it just the
No.
tube?
It's just the tube.
Okay.
Um,
I'm just going to say to everyone else, I think we're clear. Calyx, if you're there, you might want to take a look at this.
You can see that the floor as well is grated, and it seems to be like a drainage floor where like liquid can pool away and go off somewhere.
Yeah, I'm going to go in and see if there's any like data panels to kind of just that I can breeze through. Just
There is on the front of the glass chamber is a small diagnostic, kind of like an analytics data terminal. Give me a medicine check.
18.
18. Okay. This clearly depicts life signs. It shows you a heartbeat and it shows you circulation of blood. I don't think how much Kaz knows about medicine. Just to
He's pretty well trained in it. 13. Like, he ain't no rookie.
It's quite versatile.
He's the horse.
He's the horse of the Orion's home.
What a tile.
This is Kaz, he's our
Kaz
horse.
the horse.
Kaz the horse, Umbra.
If it was a decimar egg,
Yeah.
and it was a growing chamber, why the tether? They're in an egg. Their eggs are self-sufficient. They have their own
Nutrients. What was
tether. They're growing something. That then kind of clicks in when that's said. It's like an umbilical cord.
It's mammal.
that? So it's not decimal, it's something else.
Something spliced.
Give me a computers check. Just.
You want to, are you here?
I'm here as I'm filming. Can I
This is
help
just
with this?
passively kind of done. I just like a
Oh,
computers check.
No help?
No.
You're on your own, buddy.
Soz. Going to solo this time.
Oh.
Geo.
That's a natty 1.
Ooh.
That's for a 15.
For 15.
So that one, 34.
yeah.
If
Level
only.
6, guys. It's not encrypted. It's not. They're not trying to hide anything here with this particular terminal. This is clearly designed to monitor and maintain. But what you see is a transponder data receiver that is inactive.
Ooh.
Transport data receiver. So is it like... So in what way is it a receiver? Is it like it's receiving information like... Is
Not
this a
currently,
is this a
it's-
remote thing or
Yes,
is it...
something
okay.
can remotely access this
Yeah.
and send it data.
Okay. I think it's from the big man up top. Or big lass, you know.
Or she!
Or they.
We're going to get cancelled. 2025 resolution, we're going to get fucking shunted because we can't fucking be progressive. We're just oblivious, alright? We're just idiots. Just lovable idiots. Or she.
Does this ring any bells for you, Calix?
I think I wasn't in the room at first, but I think after you first said it,
You don't need to move your minis or anything like that. You
Yeah.
can just tell me where you
Yeah.
are, and if we need to move minis, then we will. I'm just showing you the map so you
Yeah,
can see the facility and the layout.
I think first when you first said something, I'll just give the Decimar that was standing next to hand a little squeeze and just say, "I won't let your thread be broken," and then come back out.
Thank you, stranger.
Come back out into where this is, and then I don't initially recognise any of this, but can I try I assume life science or medicine or something to try and see if I can figure out what kind of thing this might be?
Yes.
Yeah.
You can choose which one you want to do. The DC will be different depending on which one you choose. I'm not going to tell you what the DC is going to be until you've. But one is
Because
higher
I'm trying
than
to,
the other.
because I'm trying to think. Medicine will be more how is it made up, and life science will be more what is it?
Not necessarily,
Okay.
because it could also, depending on what check you do, could also determine equipment and also things around the room.
Yeah, that makes
You
sense.
make a check, you tell me what you're making, and I go, oh, actually, this would also give you this, this, and this.
Okay.
But I
That's
don't
fine.
want to also lead you down.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
wrong-
yeah. No, I get. I will probably go with medicine. Is it
Unless you have a heart
the
attack in
better one?
Fucking hell.
You get one of them.
Surprise trap just for
Hal said
Pez.
Fucking- Another
He
one.
just popped one.
Can't make it.
Just a super mosquito comes in.
Hey, fuck yeah.
Should have
I
gone
want
with the other one, but
goblins.
never mind.
Goblins
That's
nuts.
a 31 on medicine.
31 on medicine.
For a nat 20 as well.
Nat 20!
Don't forget to mention
Taxi
that.
starting the year strong.
Fucking yeah.
That'll be the only time it happens.
Then I only want crippling
Yeah.
self-doubt.
Don't worry, I've got spades.
He's got it then. That will be my only nat 20. Crippling self-doubt, even on the best possible result. Yeah, okay, so, the tubes look familiar to begin with. You're like, oh shit, this must be as you walk in and Kaz point out,
It's
you must be
similar
like,
to Kashoria.
it must be, and then, yeah, there's something that's sorry, but then you start noticing the differences. Those were not quite stasis chambers, but they were designed to hold a creature, analyze a creature. This is growing something. This is a slightly different fit, and I think having seen the other ones before, and then seeing the life signs, and having been around the crew, and then Kaz pointing things out, this is definitively not one of those chambers. This is also not an incubation chamber. I'm going to give you a cred stick.
Nice.
I mean, thank you. I am unsure why, but thank you.
Because at 1 hour, 43 minutes and 20 in last episode, you said something very specific.
Okay.
They're cloning them. This is a cloning chamber.
Ah.
Nice.
So this is like beans, and they're going through the umbilical like beans coming out.
So that bean is the embryo.
Yeah.
And it is,
It's a
you can
series
see-
of them.
Just one.
Oh, it's just the one.
This is a singular creature.
But can we tell what is it growing more Decimar, or is it growing something else?
Is this setup anything like what I saw in the labs in Dynatech?
Yes. Exactly the same setup.
Yeah.
Just in a grimier space.
Yeah.
The one you saw, give me recall knowledge.
11.
Had a being in it, a fully fledged
It
adult
was
in the
a
fetal position.
horned being, wasn't it? It was a horned lady?
Yes.
Yeah. Were these also similar to the Hastoki pods?
Similar but not the same.
Cool. Is it closer then to the horned being one?
It's exactly the same as the
Exactly the
horn
same.
being one.
But alright, and I'll pop up I'll swipe everyone the image that I got of that grading as it is. Anything familiar about that, chaps?
I mean, it looks similar.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're probably right with the whole. I mean, how does the CEO live so long?
Fuck me. Are we saying Dynatech wrong? Is it Dinatech?
Why would it?
What?
Alex is thinking about food.
His name's
Dinner?
Din. Not unless it's died and the levels just fucked it up.
The company called itself Dynatech.
Dinner.
Should be dinner tech.
Because they're cooking up something vicious.
Dynatech.
They missed a fucking trick there.
As Pez is kind of come in with Bear taking photos, can I try and access the computers and see if I can find out anything through the transmitter where signals come from, or potentially if there's any kind of like genome sequences or anything? Because if you're trying to clone something, you'd have sort of DNA.
Yeah, you absolutely would.
Or
That
some
sounds
sort of
like a... There's going to be 2 checks here. I want a computers check first. This isn't necessary to hack it or anything like that. I just want a computers check first,
Cool.
please.
19.
19. So, yes, you could get to that point, but it requires an auth code. Somebody needs to grant access to it. One that's tied to the remote data transference nodule that's on there. You could try and hack into it. You imagine it's not a massively high tier computer, but it's high enough meta-wise for you guys to think twice or work out where to get the buffs from. It is, I will tell you, and I will be generous, it is doable. But
Fucking hard.
But high.
but
Sort of
high.
Sort of like 25, 30-ish.
Probably
30.
30.
Yeah.
Mechanically wise, I will give you something here.
Ballpark.
Probably even 35.
Depending on the tier of the computer, it's got a set DC, and then there are things that change that.
Yeah.
For a tier 1, DC TAC is 17, and that's not to get root access, that's just to hack into it to sort of see the base systems. Tier 2, 21, tier 3, 25, tier 4, 29, tier 5, 33, tier 6, 37, tier 7, 41.
I remember again.
All the way up to tier 10, which is 53. That's the DC TAC tier 10 computer. And
Next
there
level.
And there,
Yeah, not
there
too
are
far away,
modifiers
mate.
that can adjust
Yeah,
that
yeah.
for both internally and for you guys.
Yeah.
You know, at some point you're going to be like, I'm a fucking master hacker. I can get into anything with like a
With like nodes and things like that.
Yeah.
as well, like that, yeah.
Just look at it. Done.
basically,
Smolder.
yeah.
Yeah.
But, you're not, but even if
Trying to like do the computers. Hey.
But even if it's a take 20, I don't think
Blue
you can
steel.
take aid on a take 20, and you also trigger any countermeasures automatically on a take 20, because it says that you're spending 20 minutes to keep failing until you get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So mechanically, I will tell you that. You don't think this is hardwired to self-destruct or to, you know, you can't see a firewall as such or a countermeasure, but it's not an easy computer.
I think we don't
Touch it.
fuck with anything
No.
here.
I think we find
We can eat the legit
yeah,
code.
password.
Yeah.
As for bios, because there is a bio on the actual screen that's shown, I will let you give me a medicine check.
Does anyone else feel like this place is very under-defended?
Yeah, that's one by
Yes.
the door. There's one by the
Dirty 20.
But
No. No.
No.
It's at the point where it's definitely got a heartbeat, it's definitely growing, and you would probably know that like the cycle has been on for about 2 weeks.
Okay.
Can I hear anything untoward from the door whilst all this is going on?
Deception check.
Say 17.
Seems clear.
There. Oh wait.
Grenade!
I mean, there's the brain upstairs.
Can
which
I
is
do
what
a
you
quick
said.
Yeah, I
like
think that's
infosphere
stop.
search
But-
and see if I can find out what a Vesk embryo looks like?
February.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's a simple. I mean, you can choose basically between like medicine, computers, life science, because you're accessing the infosphere.
Yeah.
So all of that information is readily available, and it's not like embryos and stuff like that, and basic medical stuff. It's all
Yeah.
it's like spook.
Yeah, it's Ask Jeeves, they take over.
Yeah.
I'll do a cheeky little computers on that one. That's not great. 15 on a 3.
I mean, there are similarities, but I mean, then you start seeing like the shunter embryos and stuff like that, and because the breeder way of breeding
Yeah.
is, it's you get those similarities, but there's similarities between everything that's got a heart and veins and a vascular system, and this just looks like it's in that stage still, but it is slightly different because of the way this is being cultivated.
Just thinking, could be a new sleeve for our friend out there.
Well, I think that's important why we go upstairs.
Sure. Speak to Mr. Brain.
Yeah.
Or kill Mr. Brain.
We've been down here for a little while now. I would be quite surprised if he doesn't know what's been going on here.
I mean, the fact that there's no alarms that we've tripped or...
No.
I mean, I know we're at night, so there's less people going to be working, but... Yeah.
Maybe it's hubris. They just assumed that it was so well hidden no one would think to come looking. Because why would they know?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't it?
I mean, if they do end up... No, don't worry.
Well, now I'm worried.
Second.
No, it's alright. We'll... Later, maybe.
We might be dead, Calyx.
I don't know, like...
Big orgy!
If...
Pez, close your eyes.
Not 18.
I don't know, this is more Xano, I suppose, but if they did know we were coming, and this is just some weird elaborate trap, then somebody's leaking information to them that they'd know, and that's why no one's here.
Really insane trap.
I don't know.
I mean, little Vescovoy did seem a bit surprised
Yeah.
to see us.
I think we genuinely caught him off guard.
I think it's that well hidden they don't expect anyone, and if it is discovered, I don't think this is the only one, unfortunately.
Hopefully not.
It's just
Hopefully
I'm
not.
sorry. I mean, in
fucking hell.
shit, I'm the one.
For the volume of, I mean,
I
there are
mean...
thousands of us for Stokey, and we are all kitted out in Decimar silk.
Yeah, no, I mean, I had thought it was a bit small, but...
I mean, hopefully not the case.
Give me
Sorry, Kaz, I knew what you meant.
Kaz,
Glove check.
I've already walked away from Kaz. We're not sure.
No, actually, I'm not going to get a chat. You can carry on thinking what you want to think.
Well then.
Shall we?
That's Dilly and that's
It's an art
Dally.
attack.
I think a
Just
surprise.
losing clothes bit by bit over it.
A surprise attack.
Surprise attack?
Orgy.
Sure. Or do we try and see if we can get a bit of information out of him first?
I think
Because I
trying...
do have a thing that can hopefully delay, if such a thing existed, to delay initiative.
Well, I mean,
It's initiative.
Exactly, Pez.
if that brain
Great
is
trick.
if that brain is one of my kind, they are notoriously hard to get answers out of.
I think it's a Strix brain.
Well, Dr. Grimm was.
Do we think this is Dr. Grimm 2.0?
I don't think it's someone as powerful as Dr. Grimm, but
An assistant.
maybe. Definitely someone who knows what they're doing.
That's a brain.
Where is Brain?
Up on that top corner room.
So we snuck past that coming in.
Yes.
You guys smashed the stealth entry on this. Like genuinely, I have never seen a stealth plan go off better. Like between like your silencer and the idea to like use things like lay the glass flat to get across high rolls. Like genuinely, I was like, well fucking played. Like it was fucking awesome, and I loved it. And like a combination of my bad rolls on perceptions, and they were like, and they took mine just because it was like passive. They're busy doing stuff, and then you smashed the stealth.
The only thing is, there's only one way in that room.
You can always try and use a charm person on them.
I mean, I do have a thing that can, if we can try, just because I think it'd be useful to just try and get a little bit of information out of them if we can before we cut them out.
Cut them out.
Okay. Let me lie. I'm very good at it, and this is where I'll roll like a natural one. Yes.
For 34.
What was the spider thing in the room again?
That's literally just the only item I had to create the spindle that goes up to the top of the
I
loom.
also freaked out.
Yeah.
All of the threads. If it was one of the spider bots, I put the fucking mini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was just like,
thing.
is that they're like trying to build one out of silk or something?
No, it literally is like. So each one of these pens
Yeah.
has like 5 or 6 decimar in
And
it.
it's all
and
kind of like.
each one's and basically like each one's on a spindle and then goes up and then comes up. It's like a weird macabre tent. That's why there's so much silk threads going to this one loom above.
Yeah.
That then comes up into the central floor, and Calyx lifts off one of the panels that then goes through, so that should there be a snag in the thread or the wire, you can get in there. Which does beg the question that somebody must have been maintaining this.
Okay. How tall was the brain bot upstairs? Because it was like a proper. It's like
Just a torso, and it
Yeah.
floats with arms. So it's like a regular, about human-sized torso with arms that floats, and then where the sort of like neck hole is kind of like this pan that then holds this brain up.
Is the brain just floating, or is it in a container?
You didn't see it.
Okay. I might ask, is it in a container?
I
or is
wouldn't.
it
Yeah,
floating?
I saw. Like, was it just the brain?
It looked like just the brain. You didn't see a container. But then also when you first met Dr. Grimm, they were like in this brain pan spider bot, but they had like a slime over them, and you think that was probably their like a slime coat that kept them from. But I mean, you can still interact with it. You put your fucking hand in there.
Yeah, I've got a tube of it. To be honest, is the brain that we saw upstairs like of similar size to Grimm,
Yeah.
or smaller, or
Yeah,
like pretty
similar
similar?
size, like medium humanoid brain.
Okay.
Could be.
The way I just had things word in my head was wrong. We enter hard and fast.
Cast the horse!
I'm now a pal boy. Get in, pal.
Kaz hung like a horse umbra.
He's a cumbra then.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Out of nowhere, just fucking.
Cumbra.
You thought something completely different.
Is that what Kaz says? She's now caught something completely different.
Chlamydia.
Splachlamydia.
Splamidia.
Oh. Anyway.
Does anyone have any other plans that they think we could enact?
Well, I mean, you want to talk to this thing straight off, don't you?
Do
you want to go in on your own and we back up around the corner so there's less
potentially, yeah,
fear?
because I can sort of come in PA mode, see if I can at least kind of belay any outbreak of violence, see what we can get from them, and then if it looks like it's going a bit wrong, red mist.
Okay.
I like that.
I thought you'd like that.
So you want to try a passive sort of open the door and hello,
Yes.
and see how it goes.
Yeah.
And if not, like you say, red mist.
Red mist.
Operation
Guess
Red
I'll
Mist.
stick with you then.
Yeah.
I'd bring up the workplace injury, and that's why you're here.
Can I see, because I don't know if Calyx would know of these guys, but is it one of the floating brain aliens?
Contemplatives, give me a life science check. I think that's what life science is for.
I think so. 13.
Yeah, life sciences identify creature. A contemplative. They are usually very big brains with this very spindly small body with these like pointed legs.
Yeah, okay.
It's definitely not one of those.
Cool.
Okay. Noise dampener still on, so we can make our way upstairs.
Sure.
I'll hide round the corner of the door, and you just do your thing.
Sure. If he spots you, by the way, I can cover you. It's fine.
Okay.
So we're all going upstairs.
We're all going
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'll also like hide behind a door, kind of around a wall.
You just grab me a
I can fly.
Can you put me on the left side of that door? Yeah.
There's some
I can't really see where I'm
Yes, please.
Oh god.
Yes,
Other
please.
side.
Yeah, that would be good. Thank you.
It's only just to, again, roughly place and Jack can control the camera. you go upstairs and you see that there are windows to this wall. There are definitely this green ebbing light from inside, and you see that like shadow as you look through the windows of like liquid now, and you notice it because it's the same shadows that are bouncing off the wall in the downstairs chamber. Where there's light and liquid, you get that same refractive light shadow. That's what's going across all the walls that you saw before when you were up here. The shadows are moving. You still see inside there. I mean, give me a perception check. Everybody who's there can pretty much now see through a window.
31.
24.
26.
Nice.
26 and 16.
There. I'm like, that's a bit of a difference, buddy.
Right, it is.
I'm going to make a roll. My first roll.
Way!
17.
Sees everyone.
-5.
There are modifiers.
Hopefully negative.
The negative variety.
You guys see through the window and
Oh!
so
Looks like a grung head.
Someone's had a light flow day on that table.
What does that mean?
it's a period
I
joke.
know.
What an age joke.
Inclusive.
We've got everything here tonight, haven't we?
All day.
I think it lasts all week, mate. Sometimes.
I don't know. I just don't trust something that bleeds for 5 days and doesn't die. That's an old South Park reference. So you see this medical lab. Kaz, you've already seen it. TJ, you've already seen it. But now the rest of you kind of like peering through windows, taking those moments where you can. I'm going to presume you're all being stealthy.
Yeah.
Would you all like to roll stealth checks?
Yeah.
Is your thing still active?
It is. But
Do you have to click it to something, or can it be clicked to you?
The red.
I'll
Check it in a second.
Yeah. That's a cocker. Natty 20. 32.
2032.
91. 5.
16.
26.
26 and 28.
As a group, you're very quiet. And
Clunk, 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 clunk.
you do
the
see
wellies.
this table, and you do see blood. You do see that, unlike the table downstairs where there's like drippings of blood that have happened, this is obviously like the back end of some surgery where you think maybe something's been augmented without that much care. Well, not necessarily that much care, but the cleanup afterwards isn't really that much of a problem for them. They seem to have just left it there to dry, and they're not.
It's unhygienic.
Yeah, maybe. There is in the corner another tube. This one looks like an incubator. This one looks a lot more like the one that you saw on Kashoria, but this one is housing what looks to be a freshly hatched egg that's now a young Decimar instar that's still sort of in that like internal egg position, but the shell is now gone. It's got these diodes and stuff connected to it that you can see are obviously like giving out readings to a terminal just there. There is a terminal in the corner that you see this torso with a long cloak and a brain at the top, and you're only just seeing like the back of it. Every time it moves, and then the cloak obviously then follows along afterwards, because obviously gravity.
You're so floaty.
And they're like tapping things on the terminal, and you see them moving stuff about and checking things, and you just make out the sound of like music in the room, like operatic music, and then you just see that like voice box like chirping up in time with it, and you get that same sense of like this robotic whistling at the same time. They occasionally like will go across to the table and they tap a few things. You see like these arms, and then goes back to the tube, presses something on there, goes back to the terminal. Just going about some kind of work.
Hey.
Hey, Curly. Just knock and go.
Yeah. It needs to be attached to a flat surface, I think. So, right at the end, like just on the outside of the door, but like just like a foot to the left or something.
Range
30 foot of radius. Cool. I'll just.
If I knock, is he going to hear me?
Yeah, because he should be in the bubble. So.
Okay. Knock, knock, knock.
Yeah. Okay.
Here we go.
I'll try and open the door,
The door opens.
and I'll step through in my little suit, and I'm going to try immediately pull off a reasonable excuse.
Can I ready an action?
Yes, you can.
If it sounds like TJ is getting attacked, or I can hear the brain thing reaching for weapons or something, charging something up, I'm going to charge in.
Yep.
Hello. Good evening. I'm so sorry I'm late. There's been an awful mess at the towers, and you wouldn't believe the admin mess that's happened. But hello, I am J-4792SK. But otherwise, you could call me Nibbles if it's easier. I've been sent by Dynatech to come and assist with any administrative and data tasks that you might require. Unfortunately, some of my friends are no longer with us, and I've been repositioned here to work with you. I do apologise about the rush job, but it's all been a bit of a muddle this evening, and I'm going to try a reasonable excuse. I'm not allowed to add my expertise to this, but it says you can speak with such conviction that you earn the benefit of the doubt, even under outlandish circumstances.
Now that's an interesting word. Outlandish circumstances.
Certainly one of those, I'd say that.
When caught in a compromising situation that clearly indicates your guilt or would initiate combat, you can attempt an immediate bluff check before initiative is rolled to lie and absolve yourself, but you must forego your expertise die on this check. A successful check will stop an outbreak of violence as long as you and anyone with you is cooperative with those you are lying to. For example, leaving a restricted area or handing over stolen property you happen to find. You cannot use this ability to escape consequences for violence or other overtly hostile actions.
Could
Has
be
that gun?
Not hostile?
overtly hostile.
Look how versatile I can be with this gun! But not
Gun set-
overtly hostile.
Knife salesman.
That's not a knife.
Okay.
Well,
Bang.
Roll a d20.
Right.
Oh god.
After I roll it, I'm going to tell you what that's for.
Alright.
Brilliant.
So now what?
Really good already.
but yeah.
We don't know.
No.
It's not opposite
It's a
days.
recall knowledge check.
Oh!
That could
Interesting.
be. Oh yes, I think that's good.
To which end, this being turns around. Oh, like there's no eyes, but like there's the hand gesture is like, oh hello, what? Stops for a second. Welcome in, Jay. And what was the number you said?
I said J-4792SK.
J dash
479.
4792. They report.
You
repeat
can
that.
call me Nibbles.
Nibbles. And who exactly sent you?
I was delegated. HBAD sent me down. The HR department. I was you previously in marketing, but I've been reassigned.
I need a bluff check, please.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
Above the 20, that's like-
Oh, still good though. Sounds good.
33.
Yeah, that's good.
I was not aware that HBAD was aware of this operation. Did Nigel let you in?
The door was open. Is Nigel the big fella downstairs? I knocked and he opened, so I assumed it was quite quick, so I assumed it was unlocked. I sort of got a bit carried away and opened it up, and yeah.
How intriguing. And like,
Do I
the music's still just going off in the background, and they're like, their hands like go to this like position in front of them, and they just like hover their way.
Do I recognise the voice or the posture?
Give me a recall knowledge check. The posture.
Can I do the same? Can I do the same?
Jesus Christ. You're currently around the corner.
I'm still. I'm like. I'm not that
No.
far
Are
away.
you trying to poke your head now? Because
What-
they are now looking this
Well,
direction.
I'm already. as I said, I was readying an action. It's like I'm hearing out to see if there's any
Hearing out.
like if he was charging a weapon up or like
Yeah.
going to attack TJ.
Okay, so you can give me a recall knowledge check.
I got a natural 1,
Natural
so
one.
no
I
fucking
mean-
clue.
Oh, Christ.
I think you both like put each other
of,
on
like-
the back foot, right?
Yeah. Like, wait,
Like,
wait.
very, very Spider-Man meme.
You would
16.
The voice sounds very familiar. Kashorian.
Go on.
One.
It's like roll higher.
I mean, 16 out of the room. You can put the connection together. I mean, it sounds similar to Dr. Grimm. It could be Dr. Grimm. Give me a recall knowledge check.
Another one. Christ.
Yep. Because there's a lot that happens.
Oh,
Out of the tray.
Get in. 16.
When you are on Kashoria in the medical lab, as Dr. Grimm was destroyed and you and Ren were messing around with the terminal, a data transference went out and you couldn't track it. One you did that went to Verces, and another one you couldn't. Did information get sent here?
Sleeping.
You're not sure. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's the
Data
link
to
you
your
might
brain.
make, because it does sound familiar and like the same like give me a sense of motive, I guess.
Doing all the rolls here.
Yeah,
Fucking
there are
hell.
so many like finesse things to this that
Dirty 20.
the annotations are pretty much the same for Dr. Grimm. You get the sense that this is probably Dr. Grimm.
I think I'm going to give everyone the eyes that's outside the room and go.
Ooh, bed.
The horse.
The horse strokes again.
Winnie.
Better,
Winnie.
better hoof it, guys.
No, that's his safe word. Winnie.
What task can I assist you with, sir?
Clean the desk. Clean the table.
Absolutely! I love being of service! And I'm going to go off and start cleaning the table, but also looking it over very thoroughly as I do so.
And they just watch as you like move over to the table. They're gonna make a perception check. Still really low, it's 4 on the dice. I'm gonna move back over to this chat now. Do you get plus 13 for that? 18. None of you rolled that low as a group. There was only the one nat one, the rest were over 20s.
We got your back, it's fine. We got your back, it's fine.
Nat 20. Nat 1.
Don't want to give it away too soon, though.
It's interesting that Nigel was overcome so easily. I can see here that his vitals are no more.
Oh, Jesus.
Maybe you'd like to start telling me the truth.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why you're here.
Oh, Jesus.
Have we met before? I think we have.
There's something familiar. Do you know what? Fine. Yeah, there's something familiar about you, old chap. I think we have met before, have we not?
I presume the rest of your crew are here too.
Would you like to chat?
Oh, what?
Come on, guys!
Walking in.
I turn the corner and just
Ah,
walk on in.
Kaz, my boy. Wondered when I'd be seeing you again.
I like your cape.
Indeed.
As for the rest of you Calyx, and he like gestures to like the huge tank, and it's just like the work never ends, eh? And a new companion.
I'm Pez.
Pez, don't talk to strangers.
I'm Pez. We're no longer strangers.
Pez, no!
Can
Is
I?
this the replacement for the Vesk?
Oh no, this is version 3.
Can I send Bear in stealthily to try and connect to a computer?
It's a high fucking DC. I mean, like, it's coming through the door that, like, all of you are coming through, and he is stood in front, well, hovering in front of the terminal. So, you can try.
32.
Woo!
Wow, that's good.
Along the
Go low.
floor.
Yeah.
Skipping
He's
around
being a
people's
Roomba.
You can, it's going to take some time, and
Yeah,
potentially a
because of how
distraction.
slow
Sorry?
it is.
And
on
also the
speed,
fact that he
yeah.
stood right there. So it seems that you have found my secret little garden. Sorry to hear that Nigel is no more, but he will be back, no doubt.
Yeah, apparently it has a habit of doing that.
Oh, he does.
Very clever little piece of technology you've got going on there.
Thank you very much. I'm very proud of it.
All your work, or did Joanne and Timothy have a hand in that?
Oh, the data transponder is all my work.
It's very impressive.
I think Reese is like, what the fuck is going on?
You know, you want to be careful with those two. They'll try and nab that out from under you if you're not careful.
Timothy and Joanne are not of my concern.
Hello.
They are beneath me.
What is your concern then? Like,
Knowledge.
surely you're doing all of this again. We defeated you already on Kashoria, and this seems beneath your kind of interest.
Oh, but it's not beneath my kind of interest. I merely do this for... well... They're gonna press something on their chassis.
They grow another king.
Double K.
Double K.
Pez just puts a hand up to that. Who is it?
Dr.
Not a
Grim.
friend.
Doctor Not a Friend.
What's the item level of your camera, please?
Oh God. Shit.
Oh no, he's gonna
Oh
fucking delete it all.
no. Let me find it. Sorry, inventory.
I mean, you already sent photos out, right?
I have, yeah.
And we've still got Bear.
It's only level 1.
And he's backed up on my data.
And he's level 6, isn't he? Because he's the same as you.
Yes.
Your camera
Mm-hmm.
falters in the air.
Okay.
It stays hovering, but you can see that the lens closes.
Cool.
Let's not have this conversation
Okay.
streaming everywhere right now.
Yeah, that's absolutely
Sees your drone coming towards the table.
Mm-hmm.
You could just ask. But for now, I think maybe... no. You can keep that to yourself for a second.
Mm-hmm.
What is it you actually want?
The freedom to work, to carry out my interests, to... And you see, like, the hands become, like, really animated. And whereas the Spider-Bot before was just this, like, clinical device controlled by this brain, this time there's, like, you know, hand gestures and motions and a fucking cloak. There's arrogance here. Well, the same thing that I've always wanted, really. I want to carry out my research and be funded for it. Doing a little work for Dynatech on the side with your people is... well, it pays for the rest of it. Now, they have piqued my interest more than the architect ever could. But we feed into one another. As we go back into Epo and Neymar. It is all one machine.
Oh, I missed it.
What do you hope to gain from this conversation?
I think Cal just you didn't know what to say. There are ways of going about learning and experimenting that are more humane.
This is very true. I'm now French.
The French
The
bastards.
truest evil! Fresh!
Casma boy, this is very true.
guys,
But
he's
after a while, morals, laws get in the way. It stops the progress of learning.
Well, it seems like you've got all the time in the world, so why not take a rest? Take it easy.
Why, when I have it all in front of me?
What's the rush?
There is no rush. But I have been doing this for a long time. And
What's a little bit longer then, eh?
Nothing. But I have everything at my disposal here.
One could say that you could have everything at your disposal without doing this. And you are experimenting on a race that are... Forgive me, Calyx. Infantile. In comparison
Oh, Kaz,
to
we are no longer experimenting. We have completed that phase of our tenure here. We are excelling now. Those beings you see downstairs grown here, and he like gestures to the tube again.
How many?
Hundreds.
Just here or elsewhere?
Well, it's just here for now, but now we have the formula. We can put it into mass production. We no longer need Kashoria. It is beneath us now.
So where to from here then? Where is next to go?
Well, exactly.
You haven't had a commission from the head of Dynatech, have you?
I may have done. Maybe this is it.
Sense motive.
Yeah, you can give me a sense motive.
Can I just quickly check? Cover our
Perception.
Add my thing to that.
One thing I didn't realise Bear had, he has camouflage, which was a +10 to his stealth, so that would have been
Under what circumstances?
if he buzzing. If he is stationary.
You would have been moving towards.
Yeah,
it, so-
that's fine.
30.
26.
There's a cockiness and an arrogance, like, I mean, with a 30, yeah, I'm not going to do whispers or anything, but like, the Decimar, the tubes, this is obviously something that they've done. You say about, have you had commission/work otherwise, you get the sense that the Decimar thing is now beneath them and to one side. They're merely here to keep it ticking over.
You're looking for a future perfect.
We are looking for a future perfect.
And what does that look like?
Knowledge, credits. They feed into each other. One cannot research or conduct experiments without it. One without the other. But what happens when your purpose is served? What happens if I complete my research for them? Am I of use? Probably not. Am I a loose end? I might be. So what's a future perfect without a little collateral?
Oh.
And you are my collateral.
So this never ends for you. It just keeps going.
I hope not. Hope it keeps going forever and ever. Knowledge. The brain is a sponge. But if I've got all I can get from Dynatech, or if I've served my purpose for them, and let's be honest, we are all tools to them. Where do I go from there? Where's the next source of knowledge going to come from? Where can I utilize my skills? Oh, what a helpful band of Starfinders with all the knowledge in the galaxy. I could be useful to you.
I want to say something without
Saying it.
you hearing it. Not like the screen.
Yeah, I mean, meta-wise, I mean, like, you can say it to the guys.
Oh no, it's in-game.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Maintenance.
I'm just like, I think we gotta destroy this facility.
Oh, shit.
So, here's where I'm struggling to put the pieces together. Because you're obviously an incredibly clever gentleman. I mean, what you've done here, honestly, I've seen the work that Timothy and Joanne are doing, and honestly, pales in comparison. I mean, fucking, primary school shit down there compared to this.
Which bits exactly?
I would really like to know. How about a tit for tat?
Maybe.
You tell me something, I'll tell you something.
Let's do this the other way around.
Well, okay, fair enough. But I'll hold you to it.
Tell me something useful, I might tell you something useful.
Have you been to the lab in Dynatech?
Which one?
Oh, the one. Oh, which floor is it? 2-2.
It's 224 or something.
222. The one on.
Do you mean R&D?
Yeah, R&D.
I have spent a few hours inside R&D.
How you say? Do you,
I've spent a few little time in the office, but my work keeps me outside of the
Are
field of view.
you then aware of their security measures they have in place there?
Not unlike many other buildings that have security issues.
It's just obviously there's if one were in the pursuit of knowledge, even foundational. If one were to get it, it might be useful to know that that there is that rubber boots might be a helpful tool.
Not a problem for me.
Oh, well, you are made of metal, dear.
Yeah, but they're not touching the floor.
Oh yes, you are hovering cape. But
Picks it up with his one arm.
there we go. Yes. A complex electrical system makes up the floor of R&D.
It does. So does many of the labs there within all of the floors. You are telling me nothing that I don't
What do I
already
give him?
know.
Give him a little something.
Tickle.
Have you ever been
Tickle.
higher up to the board? Have you ever seen the great Professor Nimbus?
Has anyone
Yes.
of you? How's he looking these days? What sleeve is he on?
I have not seen him personally, but I have spoken with him. And then he stops. Maybe don't want to show my hand too soon.
I can respect that.
Should we go to break so you guys can think of some
Yeah.
questions?
Yeah.
I was trying to think of a way to word this exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to take a 10-minute break,
Fuck me.
and we will be back to see how this conversation
Yep.
goes. See you in
Yep.
10.
Ghost.
Right in there.
So here we are,
Hello.
Oh, that's right.
and this is Christmas. Oh wait,
Cheers, man.
that shit's over. It's 2025. We're back.
Yay!
No fucking yeah.
Well.
Obviously we've got the Chinese New Year coming up,
Yeah.
and I'm always very interested.
Which one is it this time around?
Snake.
No, Snake was last year, I think.
Rabbit? No. Oh, I was literally looking at it the other day, which is why I brought it up.
Please tell me it's horse.
I was.
Oh, yeah,
That's what I was hoping
Last year was the Year of the
That'll
Dragon.
be fucking
I know
great.
that because it's also
I
the year.
think it's Rabbit.
It's the snake.
It is the snake.
Pokemon are doing an event for it. That's the only reason I know.
Nice. Nice.
Fucking
nerd.
It is, yeah. Snake. 26 is horse.
Oh, you
Next year.
Yeah.
Most versatile year.
So what is everyone's Chinese zodiac year? Like,
oh.
Dog.
Monkey.
I think it's goat.
Yeah.
Or sheep.
what year?
No, what year when I was born? 91.
Every year.
Goat. Sheep and goat.
Yeah, also Ram.
Pig.
Oh.
Fucking dragon.
Hey.
Oh, fucking course. And it's
Yeah.
actually where Dragonborn comes from. That's why I had that. I
Because
don't
you're
know
born
if
the
you guys
year
know
of the
that.
dragon.
Born in the Year of the Dragon, and my surname is Bard, Dragonborn Bard. That's
There
why
you
I'm
go.
that. But I really like the Chinese zodiacs in terms of like, because we found a website, and I know it's all horse,
So really versatile.
really versatile.
Yeah.
But I really liked we found one that had like a compatibility between like the elements, the dragon, the elements, the animal, and then compatibility with the other ones. And not to give birth years away, but my eldest kid is a snake. It's a water snake. Born in 2013, and they have a really high compatibility with Earth Dragons, which is the 1988, which is the year that I was born. And I was like, oh, that's really awesome. And then my wife, who is a metal goat, which is what you guys are at 91, is the only one that's pretty much got 100% non-compatibility with Earth Dragon. Should never be seen in the same room together whatsoever. And
We better get out of here.
I really enjoyed that, and I thought it was really funny that I married someone. And yeah, no, I didn't know if you guys have ever like looked into like the zodiacs and stuff like that, or any like.
I don't know what my element is. I just know I'm a pig.
Let's just cut that bit. I just know I'm a pig.
Just that's it. Yeah.
I know, I just
I'm
really
a
liked it.
water monkey.
You're a what?
A water
A what?
monkey.
Yeah, so you-
So, smart, resourceful, lively, and active. At the same time, they like to show off in life and have strong leadership skills.
no, not you.
Oh,
Right, so what
combine
were
that
you
with
getting?
Aries. It's no
95.
wonder I'm like a fucking am.
But I really liked it, and
That's cool.
You're a wood pig.
I'm a wood pig. That's
Pig.
quite
And a
cute.
thumping good.
that was funny.
That's Jack's new name, Woodpig.
I'm an air dog.
Oh, that fits.
Yeah.
That fits.
I think mine basically comes up as fucking Bard. It's just like when I read it, it was just like they tend to be grounded but really lucky. They show enduring perseverance and handle challenges with grace. I totally handle everything with fucking grace. But you know, I really liked it, and I just when we get to New Year, I get quite excited because I quite like I like the whole animal thing. I think it's really quite fun, and I'm a fucking dragon, which then suits with the fact that I'm a fucking Gryffindor as well. I fucking got it made, basically. I fucking won at life. So yeah, that's
Nice.
about
Very
New
nice.
Year. You guys got much going on for Chinese New Year?
I like
Not
to
in
No.
February, but
Yeah, I like to do a little bit of stuff for my Chinese New Year. Like I like to cook some new recipes, and I'm going to try and make fortune cookies from scratch this year.
oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
I never think about it because we were talking about Chinese food just before we.
We were,
I
yeah.
thought about Lunar New Year from that, which we'll probably talk about again in February when we
Yeah.
get to it. But
True date.
how,
True debt.
how do you think the dungeon crawl's going? What do you think is?
Well up to this point,
Yeah,
and now we're like, fuck. What do we do?
yeah.
I don't know.
Because you've been asking you guys, well, you've been asking each other some questions and formulating what conversation to have over the break, which has been interesting to partly hear. Because I don't know what you're going to ask. You know, I know what this guy knows. And, yeah, it'd be interesting to hear what comes about it. Did you expect a conversation, or were you expecting it to go straight into combat?
I was expecting combat.
I was really hoping it wasn't Dr. Quinn.
Yeah.
And
I
just
kind
some
of-
other person.
Yeah, I could
but-
see you go jumping, jumping,
Yeah,
jumping.
I was like, oh, fucking
But it
Christ.
definitely was.
Not this prick again.
I feel like he'd want to monologue that moment of
Yeah.
here I am.
We killed him once, right?
Isambi.
That's just racist stuff. Really?
Yeah.
Coming to 2025, I thought you'd know better. Yeah.
Only for you, James.
Not with the
Damn
accent.
right.
not with the Italian.
Sicilian.
Thank you, Steph.
Property
Property.
or Geppetto over here.
You've got no strings to hold me down, mate.
All right,
No
Disney
question.
princess.
Hey, mate. There we go.
I guess we should really jump back into it.
Oh, do we have to?
We'll reset a scene.
I don't know what to do.
Just kill him.
I mean, absolutely
It's
can
not
go
going to do
that way.
fuck.
To reset the
Goes
scene, you have entered this lab to begin with just TJ, trying to like lie their way in with this creature. They knew something was up straight away, but also were sort of on the back foot. There was almost a second guess there. And then eventually, just through conversation, it kind of came about that this was Dr. Grimm. You had faced an iteration of this entity back on Kashoria. And they clearly were the person running that secret lab and heading up the smuggling off the planet of the eggs. Those eggs clearly have wound up in this facility with this iteration of Dr. Grimm, and with the loom, and with the secret garden. You haven't seen many personnel. You've seen this Vesk, who's been referred to as Nigel, and Dr. Grimm.
Smashing.
I fucking love the forest. Like, so Donnie, I really like, but then when Mark Humes did Smeek and like the goblins in a row, it was like, and based all of his goblins off that, all my goblins became as well. And I just fell in love with that iteration of them. But then you get back to this room and you enter. You guys, I think, expect some kind of combat, some kind of trickery, but instead this entity hovers in front of you, arms open, almost smugly, knowing that they have information that is keeping them alive. And you stand there, and they have mentioned that they have had a conversation with the CEO of Dynatech Industries. They mentioned that Nigel will be back again at some point. You try to offer them information, but you offer them nothing that they don't already know. And they stand there. So where do we go from here?
You say this work is beneath you.
It is now.
What is it you want out of Dynatech yourself? You could get this from...
Resources.
What kind of resources?
Whatever I want. If I want to go and research one thing and I need something new for it, and that's what I want from them. But here's the thing. When that river runs dry, where do I go? My research for them, he points to the decimal, is done. This is running, and any fool with a slight knowledge of medicine could run this place. I mean, Nigel is a bruiser, and he can help me maintain this place. 2 people can run it. Now, I've been doing some other work for the company. And then he just turns to Kaz. Work that a friend of ours may have been also working on as well. I'm sure the architect would love to see you again. However, my work is coming to fruition. Now, you talk of Timothy and Joanne. Their work feeds into my work. My work feeds into the architect's work. What happens when that river runs dry and I am but a thread to be cut? No more resources for Dr. Grimm. Sure, who does have resources? You budding Starfinders. I'll do work for Anybody. But I need reassurances. I'll give you the information you want. But I don't fancy prison or death.
You
That's
want
fair.
immunity with the Starfinders.
Oh, and the stewards. I would like immunity from prosecution.
Freedom to do what you will.
Freedom to do what I will. Wouldn't you like freedom, Kaz? The architect teaches us one thing, that we are looking for a future perfect, but I've come to realise that's a company ethos. Surely you've come to realise that in your recent endeavours. I think you guys have found a great place to be. I mean, you're clearly working for the data files. They would love nothing more than to shut down Dynatech, and I could be the trebuchet that fires the final boulder into the keystone.
Bloody great metaphor, I love that. Sorry, but I just, gotta respect the metaphors.
Can I roll a bluff check just to see if he's like, fuck, they got me?
That'd be sense motive, yeah.
Sense motive. See if he's not trying to like bullshit his way out of this. 17.
It seems pretty genuine. You kind of get a sense that they're out for themselves.
Did that 26 perception get me anything?
That's pretty clear. There's no security systems going off.
Yep.
You can't sense that anything's been triggered, like silent alarm or anything. Seems to be a conversation in the med lab with.
And there's nothing else you want out of Dynatech.
Well, I mean, there could be loads of things I could get out of Dynatech, but it's whether or not they'd keep me around. I think squirreling us away down here, which, fair enough, was my choice. Keep it hidden, keep it safe. People poke around less, and there's less foot traffic. Now, the only people that know we're here are the company and you. And the company don't know you're here.
How do we know that you're not gonna fuck us in the back once you get what you want?
Or have no penis.
Figuratively speaking.
No,
Sorry.
he would not
Fuck
say
us
that.
in the back.
How do we know you're not
Good
going to
catch.
fuck us in the back?
You don't, but you can surely be assured that as long as I'm keeping my own best interests at heart, I'll do what's right. However, I just want the freedom to chase knowledge wherever I choose.
Tell me, are you still on Verses?
No, I am here. This is me. You can sense motive that.
I will anyway, but I think he's telling the truth. I think it's +6, just double check that. 17.
33.
Oh, Jesus.
Hard to
Oh, sorry,
read.
31.
Seems very genuine.
Yeah.
Okay.
To the point where, like, once more, again, there's like an arrogance to this. Like, they have shed their mortal form to the point where the only thing left of them is the brain.
So, just out of, I guess, morbid curiosity, what is the next knowledge? What is there next for you? I mean, you've ascended to such a height. What possibly could there be next?
Well, flattery is not such a easy thing to win me over with.
No,
However,
listen, I just like giving credit where credit's due.
then I appreciate. As for knowledge, it's where it follows next. I mean, knowledge is power, and I have a lot of knowledge on the company. And it seems like the House of Cards are falling. You keep sticking your nose into places that it seems are going to lead you to law makers and tribunals and courts. I'm not they get in the way. I'm not interested in that. But if they get in my way, or I have to hide, or I have to sit in a cell, bored for the rest of my days. I'm not interested in that either. So it's in my interest to give myself over freely to you. But
You would still work for the architect.
what I do now, however, the architect is a long way away. They are on Perseus.
Honey, I know you've mentioned them before, but I don't really know who they are.
They kind of run the ship, as it were.
Percy's.
Keydell.
Keydale.
I see.
Just kind of out game. Architect is like not at the pinnacle of Keydale, not like the person who's at the top, but someone who like I can't remember whether they were like the top dog in the whole of Keydale or whether it was just like top dog of this one area.
Of your experiences,
Yeah.
they are the top dog.
Right. Okay. So I just wanted to confirm in my head that was the case.
You're not sure if they are like the political leader or anything like that, but they certainly are like, to create you and your companions and to get you to that place. They were the person that subjected you to everything.
Yeah.
So they are obviously in charge of either at least a department or that arm of research or that particular part of the military.
Okay, well, yeah, so that's important because, I was trying to see if the architect was like you say, the political leader of Keydale.
No, not the political leader of Keydale.
But certainly very high up.
Yeah, they're sort of... Give me a course check. You're going to get a massive boon to this. It's low DC.
A boon. 18.
Yeah, I mean, the political leaders and stuff like that never really interested you. Your whole function was to be obviously, what it was.
Yeah.
This subdivision of the military was run by this particular architect, and their job was to get results. And oh boy, did they! Whether or not that goes any higher or anything else, but now it's clearly seen now that the results that they're getting and also the work that they've carried out, although it was in the name of Keydale, there might be a side hustle going on. And future perfect was only really said in that particular wing.
Yeah.
It was only ever
Doing things their own way.
Yeah, and I would maybe say that putting two and two together at this point, maybe the company has more influence with that person, and that person is then using
Keydale resources.
And Dynatech resources to get certain results, but for what end you don't know.
Fair enough. The architect is exactly what made me happen, and the rest of my crew and many others.
Even myself.
Even Dr. Grimm, yeah.
So there's loads of people like you on Verses. Keydale.
Not like me, but like Cass. There are a select few nanocytes who have learnt to change their very being into nanos. Nanos? Nanites? Nano.
Manifestations.
They have learnt to manifest their bodies in a way that, for me, didn't quite go that way. My body decayed rapidly, but my brain stayed intact.
Did anyone else end up like you? Or were you the only one?
As far as I'm aware, I'm the only one. The rest
Convenient.
are either like you, or they are dead.
Indeed.
But tell me, since we're here and having this conversation, I mean, you have spent how long now away from Keydale and from the architect?
Yeah.
Do you miss your friends? Do you miss the life? Or is this now...
I miss my friends dearly. But I have found much happiness in the friends that I have made along the way.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
I hear that is all of the treasure the adventure could need.
Um,
You have become sentimental.
yes. Although much of that was still taken away from me.
The architect would call that a failure.
Maybe that's why they left me to dry.
To dry.
He was very wet.
I know that you meant dark. Because you are. As far as they are concerned.
I bet I was going along as like hang me out to dry, like just
yeah.
Because as far as Keydale is concerned, and they turn around and they like tap a button, and you can see on one of the screens like a personnel file that says Kazumbra, and a younger looking Kazumbra without goggles, with normal like white eyes, and then it says KIA in red next to it.
Recognise that guy.
fucking hell out.
Because according to
Hi, Cass.
the personnel logs in Keydale, you are dead.
Do you know what happened?
It says here that you perished in a starship malfunction.
Yes, it came on very suddenly. I don't know anything about that whatsoever.
Can't say that I do.
Sense motive.
We can sense motive that.
13.
Uh, 28.
They seem pretty genuine. But on the back end of that that comment, like, but do you not think that everything in your life was designed by the architect? Do you think things happened by chance? I think not, Kaz, and I don't think you're that blind either.
No, which is the reason is why. I mean,
How many others have you died?
well, I originally thought the whole of the rest of my crew had died, but I know at least one of them is still alive.
Ah. Something to ponder. How is that?
What I don't know yet is what the architect would have to gain from removing me from, well, me and my crew, or whoever else may be dead, I don't know, from the picture.
Maybe your death was a failure. How could it be that your crew, your friends die, yet you say they are alive?
Well, one of them, yes.
All of them? Could be more.
They could well be more. If one's alive, then the rest could be alive.
Food for thought.
Look, you said things are coming to a fruition here.
Yes, they are.
How close to a fruition? Are you done? Could you leave here happy, knowing you gained all the knowledge you could from this expedition?
Taps a few things on the terminal. I do not think the architect is far away from finishing his work for the company. Recently there has been more data flying around than previously. And I have been the bridge and conduit for that data. I would say that once that work is complete, that my work is also complete. I am but a cog in the machine. Crucial at the moment, but one that could easily be replaced now. I have kept myself busy, or I've kept myself, for lack of a better word, under the seeming of being in need. But they're not far from working out that they don't need me anymore.
So what, we take you into custody?
I come willingly. But not custody.
Airlock.
Sure. But in the middle of the night, nobody's around to see. We could just head back to the archive cortex, and I would spill my guts.
But only in exchange for something else.
My freedom. Something I'm not quite sure you can offer me.
I'm just trying to tie some knots together. Because obviously we know everyone seems to be working on very similar projects. Obviously, I mean, we know that Dynatech have had a hand in their own genetic endeavours, and the architect, yourself, and of course, you know, Dr. Phil's has her own little project going. Look at him closely on that one.
I mean, it's a brain, it's not a face.
But he's got motions and things.
His arms are just out like that at the moment. We have all played our parts. I think we are all working towards the same project, and oh boy, I think that Joanne's contributions have been vital.
What project is it?
Now that would be telling.
Well, can we guarantee your safety if you don't tell?
We need to give the Starfinders a little something.
Well, I'm willing to give it to them.
To get them here and to be able to facilitate that, we're going to need to pass on that message.
Well, it could. Or we could scrap it out. And I could go into hiding. Either way, it seems like we are in a standoff. And I'm not going to lie, I fancy my chances. However, I don't necessarily like the combat. But I'll leave that to you.
Has it been an hour yet?
No,
Right.
absolutely not, is it?
Probably like 20 minutes. Half an hour. Oh, shit.
Jesus, that's a long
Can we
flash.
have a chat outside?
Oh, be my guest.
Thank you.
I've got work to continue with.
Of course, please do continue.
I'm
No,
gonna like
don't continue.
abruptly walk out the door,
Out the window.
Maintenance.
and then I'm gonna turn around very abruptly, and be like, "Guys, this stinks like shit."
Yes, Reese, it does.
I know what you mean, but
I don't know if I trust this guy.
We can't trust him. We could kill him, but he'll just turn up somewhere else, send his data wherever.
I just don't get it. It
Yes,
doesn't
Bez?
seem right.
I've got Bear nearby. If you guys can distract, I might be able to get in. And also, you might not face as many casualties, and you might not be able to through the wires.
Do we give him a little bit of info then?
we need to not forget why we're here.
We can't. He's done this to my people. He's done this to your people. He's done this to you. We can't just let him do
Well.
this and carry on doing this. But I feel like he is just a cog in a machine, and there's so many more of him. We can kill him. We can get rid of him because he deserves to die. But there are so many others of him as well.
Where you cut off one head, another grows.
Hail Hydra.
Yes.
Young Hydra. Yes, Pez. Good boy.
I mean, we could just keep killing him until there's not much left. I'm fine with that. I love
The
killing.
trouble is, I think... I believe him when he says that it'll be a harder affair this time. And, I mean, look at the cape alone. And I think we'll find the same thing, that he will download himself somewhere else.
I'm sure we'll lose Pez along the way.
That's my objective.
It'll be like chasing a fart in the wind. We got like
All the metaphors
Let's go
out
then.
tonight.
like we kill him here. We have to kill him somewhere else, and then we have to kill him somewhere else.
So you think it's better take him now, so we know at least where he is,
Yes.
or do you think he'll just be here and also somewhere?
I don't think we should take him to the data files.
No.
Straight up. I think that's a bad move.
Yeah,
But I
that's
think
way
if
too close for him.
if we get the Starfinders who are higher up than we are to weigh in, this is way above our pay grade.
Very much.
Well, he said he's willing to give information to the Starfinders, isn't he?
Indeed.
He can't not pay for his crimes either. Like, we can't guarantee any level of immunity.
Think of it this way: it's a delay in what should be the inevitable. Yes, I agree with you. He should pay for what he's done.
But we
But
also,
right now, we need to save your kind. If we can do that,
the people who gave these
now.
orders to pay for it as well.
that too.
We can give him immunity, doesn't mean our higher ups grant the immunity. If you play his game for now, he's more likely to go along and gives us time to rescue your family, Calyx.
Yeah.
He's only going to give him information to the Starfinders if they can give him that immunity, which is
But I mean,
sort of what we kind of want,
Yes.
because it will give Starfinders the ammunition against Dynatech to be like,
Yes.
these guys are fucked.
Mm-hmm.
However, yes, he gets away with it for now, which is why I mentioned the inevitable.
I mean, at least if he's in a body and somewhere, even if in a jail and he doesn't get the immunity or the information, we know where he is.
True,
He's
exactly.
in a
yeah.
location that is known.
We're not chasing the little rat from computer to computer.
Offence, that is rude.
I thought you were a hamster.
They're directly related to me. Directly.
I'm cousin.
My glands are Yosoki.
I wonder what that's
Look at my little rat though.
I don't think it's going to be
Massive.
My tail's not at the back, if you know what I mean.
It's a really pointy cock.
What's that, Bruce?
I don't think he's going to be friendly for long, so I say we trust him for now,
I agree.
until such time it doesn't suit us anymore. I'm sure it won't suit him by that time. But what else we got to work with?
Well, I
Other
mean,
than killing them all.
the other Starfinder should be coming down. I don't know, Ren, or at least.
Could
know
you wait here
some
for
level of-
40 minutes?
Well, I mean, we can just stand there and. I don't know.
Play chess with him? I mean,
I
he's
think
not...
he'd win.
Yes, me too.
It's better than him carrying on doing whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
And we at least then know where he is.
We are not in an advantageous position here, as much as we think it's all of us against one. It's not quite
You
that
know
simple.
how it went down last time.
Well, exactly.
What happened?
Oh, someone full died, Pez.
Oh,
Kind of looked like you, but a Vesk. So,
sounds
you know.
very charming.
Just like a goblin. What's a vest? That completely
Like-
different species.
And like, you know, similar around the eyes. He was an absolute cock.
Bloodshot in his eyes.
He never replied to his friends' messages. Absolute scum of the earth.
Water stuck cold.
So we just
Say,
take him.
take him into temporary custody.
I would say that's the only way we can trust that he won't carry on doing something is we take him into temporary custody.
And what happens here now then if he's to come with us?
Well, this is, I think,
The rest of the staff
We can take him
should be down here to try
and
and
hope-
dismantle this.
Shall we call?
well, we can take him and try and get him his freedom, so long as he stops what he's doing here.
We should probably call this in, right?
Yes.
When you say stop, what
Thought we
he's
already
doing,
had with Ren.
Does that
Well,
mean
not this bit.
True.
Like, well, just
there's lives downstairs?
yeah,
If he
freeing
stopped,
that decimal.
it might be worth explaining to him stop what he's doing, but keeping them alive. Because if he
Yes.
just stops,
Yeah,
their
but
lives
yeah,
could
no.
just straight up
Yeah.
kill them.
you
We
know,
have that
Be
before.
specific about it.
yeah,
sure.
he just might press the off button and the whole system goes down.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just going to make a quick call to Ren.
Mm-hmm.
Hello, Ren.
Alright, TJ,
Oh,
we're on our way.
All right, Ren. So, update on the sitch here. We're going to need someone with immunity granting powers to come down. We're basically. Do you remember Dr. Grimm, the brain boy that we fought back on Kashoria?
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, he's back, but now he's got a cape.
That's where the transmission went.
Yep, that's where the transmission went.
Scars are right.
Kaz, are you okay?
Fucking new.
He's so bad he's gone Scottish, Ren. But
Scottish.
Scottish. Aside from your infatuation with the horse, Dr. Grimm has proposed that he divulge information to the Starfinder Society in exchange for immunity in this matter. Obviously, that's not something we can grant, so we need some boss power down here. Obviously, we don't trust him with a 10-foot barge pole, but he does have a cape, so...
I'll call it in. I'll see what Lizwari wants to do.
Thanks, Sugar Tits.
Right? No.
No.
So I'm just trying out new endearments.
Don't.
I'll put that on the no pile.
Thank you.
You just get an email from HR.
H-band.
Yeah, we're about half an hour out.
Cool beans.
If you can keep him there, and, you know, tell him that it's something that I'm sure the higher-ups will have a conversation with him about. How's the facility and how are the Decimar?
Yes. We have located about 40 Decimar, surgically attached to cows on treadmills. Their cognitive functions seem to have been altered. In terms of sensory perception, Calix did manage I believe, a telepathic link, but they are clones.
But there's consciousness.
There is consciousness, yes.
So Wild Chubbin, he asked the doctor if there's any way of reversing this.
I will do so.
Could be a good
Next port of call.
Yeah.
leverage for gaining trust between each other.
Thanks, Ren.
I'll be there shortly.
You're a good egg.
That's okay.
There we go. Cool. Obviously you guys all heard that because I'm on the speaker.
Sure.
Should we wrap in?
Yeah.
Cool. Dr. Grimm!
Oh, have you had your little conversation about what to do with poor Dr. Grimm?
Well, calm down. We all know that you're probably stinking, filthy fucking rich.
Oh, I'm very rich.
Yes. I can tell by your cape.
You seem to quite like it.
I just have a thing about capes.
Me too.
Listen, we've spoken to the Starfinders, and they are willing to have a conversation with you. They do want to know, though, is there a way of reversing the augmentations and restrictions that have been placed upon the Decimar currently producing the silk downstairs?
Give me a persuasion check.
Ooh, a diplomacy check.
That's the one. This is the problem when you go between two systems.
Yeah.
Two systems!
Can I add anything on that one? No, because I put that on the other one. Cool. Diplomacy. 18.
You have a credit stick if you want to use it.
Yeah.
I'm going to roll again.
Yeah.
That's the Pez credit stick from new
Pez
character.
stick. It's marginally
Oh.
better.
It's better, but
22.
Okay.
So it takes it over the 20.
yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I suppose that could be a show of good faith. That I'm willing to cooperate.
Exactly.
And obviously, if I'm willing to leave Dynatech's employ, then it's of no interest for me to keep this place going.
You've already got the knowledge out of it. You've got what you need, data-wise.
Oh, yes, I have.
Don't say it like that. It's creepy, man.
I can't reverse the procedure. It's impossible.
Yeah.
But you know why we keep them docile? Why we keep them trundling on? Why we keep them hungry? Why we keep them from ever finding home?
Oh.
Why
That's
do we
gay.
take that hope away?
Oh. I crumble and I wouldn't do anything.
What do their life forms do?
Oh shit, they transform.
Now,
Oh shit.
what happens in a metamorphic cocoon state to the being inside?
Well, that's a question for
I'm going to
Caelix.
catch you up on this.
I'm so sorry. I desperately needed that.
Still
It's
good.
alright. If you need a little shit outside, it's fine. As long as you clean up. What you've missed is that Ren, basically on the phone or on the comm, was like, "Look, I'll get in touch with the Zwari and I'll see if she can offer anything. I will get her to basically head that up with the stewards, whatever. But is there a way to get him to reverse the procedure if he's going to come with Starfinders?"
Yeah.
That was asked. And he said, no, there's no way to reverse the procedure. But do you know why we keep them docile? Why we always keep them searching for home? Why the secret garden has been created? What happens to your people when they find a new home? When they find each other?
You do it so that they can keep in silk production. You keep it in this immobile
We stop
state.
them from wanting to change. What happens inside a cocoon to their body?
We turn to soup, and then we reform.
Ooh.
It genuinely is what happens.
Now, this facility is set up to keep your people always wanting, never finding home, always wandering, searching for others.
For what reason?
So they never want to breed. So the natural need for life to multiply is always there. It's a base instinct of every animal. However, we can take it away by keeping them searching. If we augment their reality, so they are constantly looking for the perfect place, that is what the secret garden is. We can keep them searching until their bodies are husks, and then we can replace them like batteries.
You take them off their path.
If you take them off their path, or you get them to go somewhere that feels like a place they could begin the transformation, then you could kickstart that. All you'd have to do is turn off those augmentations.
And then
But it is not up to me. I cannot get inside their minds. They have already been changed. And he gestures to the surgical table. But if you can find their inner consciousness, because they do need to have consciousness to keep producing.
They are in there. They are alive. They hear.
That's why we have to augment their reality.
So the only way to save them is to force them onto their paths.
Or you
Or
cut
help
them
them
loose. I'll tell you what, that one actually wasn't mine. My idea.
Go on, you know you want to tell us.
But I tell you what, Kimpire is a brutal thought. She's a brutal woman. She met your people and she knew exactly how to exploit them. I merely had the science.
Oh,
I'm really fucking proud of that.
Yeah, fair play.
I want to use.
A gun!
I'm thinking
let's use
about
guns.
it.
Super effective.
Guns. I want to use. Because I want to bring out the orb at this moment, and I want to just attune to it. And I want to use the
Have you tried talking now?
augury.
Sorry, the aura of...
Augury.
Okay.
Augury. It's you can casting augury.
Augury.
Reading can tell you whether a particular action will bring a good or a bad result in the immediate future. Casting the spell takes an intense personal focus and requires you to spend one resolve point, and I will do this. The chance of succeeding receives a meaningful reply. 75% on this roll is made secretly by the GM. A question may be so straightforward that the successful result is automatic, or it may be so vague that it has no chance of succeeding. If the augury succeeds, you get one of 4 results. Wheel, woe, and woe, nothing. Basically, I kind of, in this moment, riled up. I want to attack him, and I want to know, I don't know how exactly to word this, because obviously I can't word it as, is killing him good, because that's not what I'm trying to get. I think it's how much information is lost with losing him, is what I'm trying to get at. I'm not asking, per percentage, but do I feel like it would be more...
Basically,
loss.
is killing him a bad thing
Effectively, yes.
in terms of like losing this information? X,
Yeah.
Y, Z?
Is it worth it? Because I'm really tempted to attack him right now. But I'm like trying to still myself to like get a level. Is it worth it?
Casting time is a minute.
Yeah. I will take that and I will do the resolve point because I'm trying to like steady myself to not just jump straight into anger.
Does one of those resolve make it a quicker cast? Does it?
No. I just have to spend a resolve
You have
to
to do that
cast
to
it.
cast it.
Do you begin to cast it?
Yes.
What's it look like?
I think I'd get the orb out, and then it's sort of there'll be silk threads that will sort of appear to come out from the orb, and it will be a sort of quite messy net-like web as it's sort of reaching out a lot towards him because this is where the question's going, but it'll be sort of going out into the universe. There'll be sort of all these options and possibilities as to what could happen as it just sort of reaches out like a sort of exploding spider web.
So you pull the orb out, and those threads just begin to like, and it's almost like they're floating. They're not like just going out and stuff. It's like they're like in 0G almost, as they like come out of this orb. And the orb itself like emits like a. You see Dr. Grimm. Interesting. They don't react. They don't, see weapons being pulled. You don't see anything because you're not casting a spell towards them. You begin to cast a ritual. I do hope that is nothing offensive.
Not even going to reply to
No,
that.
you won't. But like for the rest of the group, you can tell that like their focus is now on Calyx. As for the next minute, you begin to cast.
Mm-hmm.
This is going to go south very fast.
Calyx is
If this was something offensive, you'd probably know about it by now.
no.
But
Calyx isn't the type to draw first.
They're probably more worried.
Not
about
yet.
They're more worried about their brother, and I don't think they'd do anything to compromise that.
Well, I guess while we wait, is there anything else you'd like to know?
Ooh, what's in the bubbling tube downstairs? It doesn't look like your incubator up here. It looks different.
Is it Nigel?
Or is it your next form? You were saying about being future perfect. I just want to admire your work.
It is a variation of Nigel, yes. However, his consciousness has gone somewhere else.
Cool.
Who's Nigel?
Can we stop that?
The best that we've beat up.
Oh, okay.
Stop, Nigel.
I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to let that run. That cloning device is currently just building a new body for him. And like he turns around and points at the console. I've already authorized his consciousness to go somewhere else.
Undo.
Control Z.
Control F4.
That's not on my authority. That's somebody else's. But it is, and he turns to Kaz, more technology.
I must confess, I'm very curious about the conversation you had with the professor. What was that about?
Which professor?
You know, Din.
Nimbus.
Nimbus Din.
So many people would be curious about that.
Yeah.
I am, like I said, a conduit between other personnel working on a personal project for them.
Ah. Gotcha.
And I think you already know the names of those people.
I think I probably do.
I'm the kind of person that's got information that those people would find dangerous to keep around. Which is why, again, All I'm asking to simply come with you until the time is right. About a minute passes, and you get a heavy sense of woe. For if you were to kill this person. In terms of the knowledge lost question that you said. How does the spell end?
So I think as it's sort of gone out in this sort of thread-like pattern, and there'll be sort of some threads that cross over to give certain slight images of potential options, potential parallel universes, and then when the spell ends, all the threads just seem to sort of burn up, not in the sort of fiery way, but just sort of like slight light emotes, but in that sort of burning sort of hiss as they go around each thread.
The roll was 52, by the way. So under 75.
Yeah.
Well, do tell me, Calyx. I'm not averse in the way of mysticism. What was that?
Tit for tat.
I've told you all how you can free the decimal. I'd say that's tit. Time for tat.
Deciding whether you're worth the information you say you are.
Huh? I know I am. Ian drinks not.
Just pours on his brain.
Yeah, I was going to say that's exactly the image I was having. Just like she was bathing in chocomel.
Brain
That's,
freeze.
So where do we go from here? Because right now we're just 6 people studying over.
We're waiting on our contingent to turn up to the people who can grant you the immunity. We've put in a good word though.
So to free them downstairs, they need to change.
I would have to turn off the augmented reality, but
And what will that do to them? Immediately, right now, if you
well,
turn
it's
it
either
off,
turn it off, and it would leave them in darkness, and you would have to try and coax them into a sense of well-being, or we could change the augmented reality into something that would hopefully spark I wanted to transform.
you said even an idiot can run this. Show me how to.
Gladly. And he turns around and you see him lock out part of the console, but then brings up
When he types in the password, can Bear see what he's typing in as he's near the console?
okay, give me a perception check. And will basically brings up all 40 screens. And you can see them all like trundling along, like live feed, and then he shows you that like each one's got its own like augmented reality feed, and then it shows you where that can be programmed, and with the right computers check or the right, God, if I only had Ida. But it's essentially like a VR game.
Don't make VR evil!
That's been hardwired to their brain, and
Yeah.
it's all here. All you have to do is set the parameters.
Okay. So if in the next, like, say, 10, 15 minutes he can just go through it, show me individually how to turn them on and off, safe ways to extract them, and go through all that.
Yeah,
And
it's not
how
necessarily
their life
extract
systems
them.
work.
So the life systems, quite literally, like underneath each pen is nutrients, like liquid nutrient that basically
Oh,
pumps.
peace. Yes.
Yeah, basically that pumps into them, and then the spindle takes the thread from the other side. As for everything else, it's literally a case that you can turn the treadmills on and off at touch of a button. The main thing is quite literally like the augmented reality feed, and that is you need to set the parameters so that you are going right. Okay, well now it's not just like a sunny meadow. It's now there are other decimals. It's like a holodeck kind of programming where you would run certain programs and certain things, and he just takes you. It doesn't take long. It takes minutes because you were all used to things, and you can tell that it's from a base version of things like VR and games and stuff like that, and they have just retrofitted it for changing somebody's reality in a very grim way. And they have turned them basically into servitors.
Yeah. Alright, well, I would then like to spend time learning this and then going through it and then slowly changing the parameters so that in their VR there are other Decimar that they can interact with and that we can do multiple networking
So give me
so
a computer check
that
to
they
begin
can
and people can
interact
help you on
with
this.
each other.
What's going on with you? Perception.
23
Okay.
off there. Watching Calyx do this, you see his eyes light up, being said, "It's like a game."
Hey!
He goes, "That's my favourite thing." And you see him pull out the essentially like an old SNES controller. His profession is that of a vid gamer. He is known everything and how games work.
Pulling you in!
That's his speciality. Anything to do with games, as long as he can put a controller or it works like a game, that's what he's good at.
I'm about to play Sims Decimar.
Damn right.
Right.
Take the ladder out the pool.
Oh no!
Jesus Christ.
Like with the roller coaster, don't put an end on it. Concrete.
Theme hospital.
So between you,
Yeah.
and this can be done by as many people. You're all there. You can either make a computers check if your profession for the gamer is higher, then you can do that. This is where you get to sort of go right. Well, who's got what, and then work out how you want to do this.
As an actual VR dev, I will say the gaming side of technology, you'd probably be the better one to basically do what I want in the end, which is multi-networking of the individuals so that the individuals within each other can now start talking to each other and they understand that each other are there. And I want a Gaussian splat of Cassiopeia, which shouldn't be too hard in the future. The technology exists. The technology
We can
exists.
rebuild him. Just 4 welly boots and a net.
What a way to bring Ida back.
Oh
He's gone forever.
There's no amount of Lego is going to get that back together.
That is one liquid core being.
The truest soup.
Yeah, I'd like, over tape, I'd like to do that and what TJ's just put in the chat.
Yeah.
So it's not just a visual sort of thing, it is a feeling to trigger it.
Yeah.
Cool. You tell me who's rolling what.
I will actually let Pez do this, and I will.
Aid?
I will aid. Like, I'll be the creative managing director. You can be the poor dev.
As he kind of puts in this little like dongle, like shaking like he's got about 100 lives on his hands. And he's just like, day one, just saving lives. This isn't what they prepared us for in the manual. And he's just literally holding the controller as he's flicking through like the options.
Got batteries in it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
Blow some dust out of the back.
It's not a SNES one, it's a Logitech one.
Fine. We're actually fine then.
You're a pilot a submarine.
Yeah. And he goes,
Survived, didn't
he's
it?
just there like, he just sees all the options and you just kind of see a little headset kind of come up, almost like a Google Glasses where you can just see streams and streams of code. And he's just like, up, down, left, right, A, B, select, start.
Just beat Mike Tyson. Make that check. Anybody else helping along with this?
I mean,
Yep.
as computers.
So you
17.
10 or higher?
17.
Yeah, cool. You get the +2 on that one.
Should we get help as well? I can be technical manager.
Find yourself a role.
Sticker! Yes! Technical manager, go!
Manager of managers.
Yeah, 26.
Yeah.
As
So that's a
Plus
+2.
4.
Dr. Scrim will even help. Just automatic pass.
26.
This is going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
Probably an hour to begin the process. In that time, eventually you hear people arrive downstairs.
Hello.
Calling from there.
I'll go down and greet them. Rue's
Yeah.
gonna come.
Sure.
Yeah.
What you see is Ren, you see Chiskis, you see a
Clairvoyance.
handful of official-looking Starfinders. Several of them clearly data files because they wear the data file patch, but they also have like scanning drones and stuff like that. And you can see them already going around. Chiskisk and Rem are also like, TJ, it is good to see you. You're right there. Sorry it took us so long.
That's all right. I was copying you there, Lorraine. Oh, they're creaky.
Stop it.
No, absolute accident. I do apologise,
No, it's
man.
alright.
You've just got an infectious personality. No,
I'm fucking the dog's bollocks.
I'm sorry, what?
fucking the what?
No, wait.
I'm sorry.
Ren!
You fucking
No, he doesn't say that. He's like, I appreciate that.
Thank you for coming. We appreciate it, all of you. Bit of a sticky wicket. He's rather got us over a emotional barrel here, but he has relinquished information on how we can help the poor creatures in the garden. Essentially, we have to try and get them to change to get them out. The others are working on the VR at the moment. We might have an emotional regulator plan in place to help aid them with that, but it is, you know how these things go.
Well, Chiskis, this chitinous carapace Shirin in essentially office clothes, not in like arm or anything like that. They have like a holographic tattoo, which is like it comes up like the Starfinder badge from their forehead, and they have this like elongated head carapace, which had these like tendrils that hang down that also have jewelry on them and stuff. They are a bug person, essentially. Yes, we will have a chat with this Dr. Grimm, and Lazwari should be on her way with some members of the stewards, as even Starfinders we cannot offer immunity from law, but what the stewards can do potentially is.
Sure.
It will depend completely on how much information they truly have, and also whether they would either be willing to testify or, you know, whatever they can offer society in return. I unfortunately do not know where that will end up, where it will lie, but we can certainly try. At least we know that we have Calix's people hopefully being saved. Do we know if there are more facilities?
I think this feeling was...
He said no.
He said no. We know that this has been producing probably for a while. They've been cloning and...
Well, I imagine the
Discarding.
cloning is... If that's come to a point where they are done, this was maybe a proto-facility.
Indeed.
And obviously we know that they were still smuggling from Kashoria.
Oh, also, thing to note, they're cloning the sleeving other beings now as well. In that room over there, you'll find a Vesk embryo, which was intended to be the next body of the dead Vesk in that room, who we killed once before at the node, but he came back again, and he's already been transferred to another host body apparently. Where that is, we don't know, but just so you guys know, that's a whole thing that's happening.
Interesting. Do you know where the main terminal is for that?
There is a small terminal in that room, and I believe, I think, deducing it's up in the upper reaches with Dr. Grimm and the others.
Is it something you should be able to access, Ren, or is it something that we're going to want to get anybody else to look at? I mean, I can have a look. These guys are very capable. Obviously, they've got pairs with them as well. Realistically, I mean, let's have a look and find out. Let's not... Without seeing it, I wouldn't know very well. He points to... Well, he turns around to two of the med techs that are with them, and he says something. You hear, like, these clicks, like... But you know that he's telepathically sending a message. You can roll perception if you want, because you can hear telepathic messages.
Nope.
But they like, yes sir, and then head off towards that other room with their scanners and stuff. If you could lead the way, we will
Yes.
And eventually you lead them, I assume, back upstairs to the rest of the team.
Hello.
It is good to see you all. I'm glad that it seems everybody is okay.
Yes.
And by that I just mean that none of you are dead.
No.
This time.
It is a standard.
Not yet.
It's not over yet, Pez.
Are you fitting on alright, Pez?
He's
High fives
gaming!
himself. He doesn't look up. He's like,
Bloody kids and their machines, eh?
Okay, boomer.
Fucking boomer! I suppose.
Disgusting.
It was one of yours.
It's like, and even in this like darkened facility, this like grim thing, Ren comes in and he just smiles at you. Juskius is like, I assume this is Dr. Grimm, and Ren is like, well, you look a little bit different from the last time we met, but this has got to be the Dr. Grimm. Ah, yes, I am the Doctor. It's weird. I don't know how weird canals and I'm Dr. Grimm. And you would be... And they begin this like conversation of introducing themselves, and Dr. Grimm saying like, you know, I'm asking for immunity, and I know that you necessarily can't offer it, but I've shown that I'm willing to help, and like points to like the terminal where you guys are now starting to rewrite the AR. All I ask is for a seat at the table with the Starfinders and with the stewards to make sure that I can help, and with that in return I can walk free. And the conversation proceeds to happen over the next 30, 40, 50 minutes. And you can tell that Chiskisk is constantly probing for information, and Dr. Grimm constantly goes, no. And like they hold their own enough that they are like not falling under like interrogation tactics or anything like that. They are clearly very smart, and they are essentially, you know, I'm not answering that question. I'm not giving you that information. I didn't mind talking to these people, and I've told them enough, but we'll wait until we're in a more official capacity. Obviously, we'll be keeping this off record until it all comes to light. It all carries on. After about an hour, you think you've set the beginnings of a new augmentation path. There is a new world that looks like Kashoria's home. You can see that like you have networked them together, and already you can see them like, hello? And like this heartbreaking thing is that none of them have a name. They don't know what they're called. But there is a lot of, it's good to see a familiar face, and I assume you've programmed in bodies and stuff like that rather than just being like floating voices.
I am their
Let
god.
Horizons avatars. Oh.
And the idea of community is planted, and you can already tell that with their consciousness there is like an understanding already that they are the same, and that they are all from the same ilk, or could be a community.
Pez, is there a way that I can interact with them? I can be there.
Yes. I have programmed you a body in this. I want them to meet you and be their guide.
Thank you.
Goodness, is Kenix's avatar got like a white robe and sandals?
Big butterfly wings made of pure starlight.
I just lean in and go,
Wouldn't that be
Space Jesus.
Space
Jesus.
Speezus. Speezel juice.
Oh,
Speezel juice.
You say it 3 times and Calyx appears.
would you like a scarf?
You heard the good word about lettuce.
It's one of your 5 a day.
Oh, fuck.
I'd like that to interact with them and talk to them. I can also ask Chiskis when they have like a second that they're not just interrogating this guy. Is it possible to secure this facility for a longer period of time?
We are already on it. We have, and after like sort of an hour, 2 hours, you can start seeing the stewards are now down here and stuff like that as well, who are the peacekeepers and law keepers of the galaxy. Station security also get involved, but the stewards keep them at bay because the stewards are like, we don't know who of you is corrupt, because we know that although station security does have some interest in keeping the peace, we know that there's corruption within those law enforcers. So the stewards now, because you've already given them information on the smuggling, and you've already given them information on Dynatech, they are now like, this is our jurisdiction. And they're like, station security can fuck right off.
Yeah.
But the stewards, and they're all in this like purple blue armour.
Ooh.
They carry like the symbol of the stewards, which I'll grab you in a minute. And you can tell that they are, very authoritative.
If it's all right with you, saying to a steward, I don't know who they are, I'm just making an eye contact.
It wouldn't be Sergeant Talon.
It's all right. It's whichever one is unfortunate enough to meet me first.
Yep.
You there? Hello, sir.
Me, sir?
Yeah.
What day is it?
It's Christmas Day!
Oh, celebrate!
Space Christmas.
Congratulations!
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day!
I haven't twisted.
Get the largest espresso you can. Sorry, Rose.
I've taken to that time.
Okay. I need a name. So, military rank. Can I have a D20, please? And we'll go into the roll and play press.
20.
Ooh. Let's do that 20.
General. There it is.
It's a major. So there's probably like a higher officer here who is
Major.
like... they're probably like...
Major.
Yeah, a major. Then I need a D100, please.
Good.
That one. 64. Oh, play press.
It's probably one of the chief stewards instead of a major. And then 64, you say.
Mm.
They are an android called Evo. E-VO.
Evo!
Hello, yes, I am Chief Steward Evo.
I think you guys are the ones locking down this facility at the moment.
Correct. No, sorry, affirmative.
I mean, I'm part of the Starfinders at the moment, but these are also... They're my people, and I'd like to look after them, and I'd like to stay here with them if that's not going to interrupt security or anything. I want to be here with them.
That should be fine. The Starfinder data files are currently running medical diagnostics. If you know more about being on the scene, then we will need you here. And they probably are like really pale. They've got like a dark blue sort of like side sweep, and it's just completely bald on one side. Very androgynous. You can't tell what gender they are. They have these like ley lines that go over their eye, and their right eye is like always like focusing. They have like this very slender blue and purple armor, and it just says Chief Steward E-VO on it. It will be fine. We will probably need you here to assess the situation and to ascertain parameters of the situation.
Okay. Yes, I'm happy to do that. And
you will have to give us some time, however. We are currently setting up a perimeter and also connecting to Steward database to access evidence collection and data downloading, so we can catalogue the scene.
No worries. I'm just going to hang around with them if that's all right.
That is fine.
Yeah, I'll just go over here. Sorry. Thank you for your time. I'm Calyx. Hi. Nice to meet you.
Acknowledged. I am Chief Steward Evo.
Hello, Chief Steward Evo. Nice to meet you. I'll just go.
They just like look at you with a head cocked. Strange. And then carry on like issuing orders and setting up a perimeter. And you can see they will chat to Chiskits every now and again. They keep coming back, and they'll have a conversation with them and be like, right, okay, we've got this bit done. What's happening here? What are you guys working on? And it's like this whole backwards and forwards until the next few hours of basically trying to set up.
I think I'm also going to ask Pez. I know you said about networking in. I'm going to ask you for like a special kind of build of headset.
Mm-hmm.
it's a sort of much larger one, and it mostly I'd like to go on sort of brain communication rather than on necessarily visual audio.
So more like telekinesis sort of thing.
More like that,
You
yes.
can use like your like abilities to do that, and essentially, you are hardwired in eventually, so you can access this new community. Hand over to you.
This might take a little while, but I'd like to be here with them. I'd like to talk to them and explain sort of what's going on and make sure that they're not scared and anything, but I think this might be goodbye for a little bit. I've really appreciated being with all of you, and thank you for everything, and this, I will come back at some point. I might be different, but yes, I have to stay here with them. I have to be here for them, and I hope you understand. I love you all. You're all amazing, and you've all helped me so much, and thank you. Even you, Pez. You've been great. But I can't leave them.
I imagine, sorry, just to cut in, that the terminal that you set up with the headset is then set up in the main facility, where you can see all these screens and these other Decimar, and it still connects to the main terminal, but you are then physically also with your people as well.
Yes, I'd rather be down in the... So...
We understand, Kalis.
Yeah.
You need to do what you need to do.
James is going to give you the biggest hug.
Oh,
I'm so proud of you, my boy. You have achieved such great things, and I know that you will do amazing work here. And anything that you need from us, day or night, you call. You will always have a place on the Hope. And
Thank
you will always come running when you need us.
thank you. And I just tight squeeze, hug you back. You've honestly helped me so much, and you've been such an inspiration and a guide, and thank you for everything.
Just gonna gently kind of like do the sort of like sock on the jaw, like very gently go, get him, kid.
I
+1 to attack.
will.
Just start fucking laying waste.
Yeah,
so painful. Thank
Gonna
you.
stand there and just be like, "This is making me misty."
I love that we can't share an emotional moment. Like, we're so traumatized as real humans that we're like, make a joke, make a joke, make a joke.
No.
I'll give you a little embrace.
Oh.
But like my feathers are just gonna be fucking out. Like,
Oh,
get in here, Cass.
Roos, in my spare
hug.
time, I made you a hat.
Oh,
I ain't wearing that fuck. What kind of hat is it? What is it?
It's one of those hats which has like a little bobble on top, and it has the really long.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
got the ear pads, but it's one of those ones which is so long that it doubles up as a scarf.
Let's go on.
So
Let's go.
it goes like
cold
ear
in
pads,
space.
scarf,
It's cold in space.
Cool. Thanks.
and
Here's some porn.
it's alright,
Let me
Caleb,
just
I'll
program-
just take that.
Actually, I'll
It's
leave
fine.
Let me just
Yeah, I'll
program
take
that in for you.
ha.
Make the child program in.
I'm not allowed this. Normally I'm not allowed past it past 18 wall.
It's weird.
I think I'll
Yes, thank you.
sort of, I don't know, I'm probably not like one for hugs, but I'll probably just kind of like put an arm round
I just hug you anyway.
and
Just hug around your legs
Awkward.
because of your height. Well, no, it's by the side, the side of the side of the.
just a little pat on the head. I think probably look at you and just say, you always were the best of us, Canis.
Thank you.
You've taught me a lot, and now you get to teach more people the way how things should be.
Hopefully I'll be as good as all of you. You've all taught me so much. Kaz, could you look after this for me? I'm going to give you the orb.
Oh Christ!
Ren
This is a burden.
takes their
Oh, no.
sword from their back and then places it laid down. Do you know how long this is going to take? I'll stand here the entire time if you need us, but
Fucking show off.
I imagine it'll be
Shall
not
I
just me,
roll?
but like
Shall I roll for it?
do
D100 days.
D100 days.
100
I don't think it's probably.
I would say it's probably around 2 weeks.
I think it's
or
around 2 weeks or something like
so
that. So
take myself.
roll a d20.
17.
17.
17 days. So, but we don't know that. So yeah.
Some of us will be here. We'll keep an eye on you for as long as it takes.
Thank you. And I'll also give you a hug. To the side.
Thank you very much. Knock 'em dead, kid.
Thank you. And then just the rest of the hour, or hours, however long it's going to take, he's gathering up the silks that these Decimar have produced, that I assume the spindles are now turned off. They're not. So I'm gathering them, and I'm gathering my own silk that I'm making, and on this side you've seen the cocoon like that Calyx sleeps in quite a lot, like a little hammock stuck to the side, but now this seems like a much bigger and far more robust, and it now is going to start covering him completely, and he's just covering himself completely in all of these silks that are made both from himself and from all the Decimar around him, and then just ask for Pez for help to put on the little headset around just while he's cocooning himself up, and then
you see like these little like sensors, so you can kind of take into it, and you can like project your voice, and you just kind of funnel them between the three, and it's like these were in some order. It's kind of like idiocracy. It's like one's for the mouth, one's for your, or this one for your mouth, and this one's for your. I'll let you work it out.
I trust you.
Yeah, all you've got to do is it's voice activated. You just got to say hello and goodbye to Cogsworth.
Cogsworth. Okay.
Wow, what a reference!
Oh. Thank you, Pez, and I look forward to seeing you again.
Mm-hmm. I'll leave you in his hands.
Okay.
There.
Bless you, Rose.
Lovely.
And yeah, with that, just sort of like puts up the last of the seal around his face. You can see already that his skin's beginning to slightly slough a bit. It's like when you get really bad sunburn and it starts peeling a bit. That's what we're going. And yeah,
As you
that's it.
enter,
Hello, Cogsworth.
what's
Somebody
Cogsworth's
at
voice?
the door.
It's got to be that, surely.
Sorry, is it the other?
There's somebody at the door.
Ah, there's somebody at the door. Hello, Calyx. Welcome to your new world.
You're special.
When you are ready, I will take you into the community.
I'd like that. Let's go.
Right you are. And your vision goes from like this opaque light that's come through the silks, and it's like it pixels away, like blue outlines just break away to nothing. As what comes in under, it's almost like a swipe of pixels, and you find yourself in a wildflower meadow. And it's beautiful. You programmed it to look just like one of the fresh meadows at home. One that's like before you left, before Dynatech turned up, and before the fields of flight were destroyed by ships and by smugglers and by all the different people. But it's like a brand new field of flight. And as you immerse into it, it's interesting because you definitely get the sense that you can't feel the wind, but you can see it and you can hear the sounds, very much like you know you're in VR. But the rest of them, all 40 of them, and they do look very similar to each other, but you notice that each one's got a little unique something about them, a little spark of individuality. And as you approach, they're all like, hi, 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 hi. Are you the one that brought us together? Are you...
I'm here to help you find your path, for I now know my own.
And they seem to like all understand. And over the next few days, you teach them how to build cocoons, how to build houses huts, how to forage, how to socialise. And already the individuality between all of these clones starts to show. Some of them like flowers, other ones like the open space, other ones like to craft things. There are so many variations of these, what were once were non-individuals, just the same being, now finding something new every day, every hour, every minute. They are constantly experiencing life, even if it is a false life, an augmented life. You know there's one purpose, and that's to get them to the point where they're ready to make the change. You're already doing it. And is that visible inside this VR, or are you still you until they're on that point?
I think there will be a point at which I show them how to cocoon up fully, and then I will have a fully adult version, an Amargo version of myself, Avatar, to also show them.
This is going to happen over the next 17 days, while the rest of you are going to finish the mission. You're going to finish what needs to be done in the next few days that you have. And we'll find a way to get Tamsin into those sessions, maybe with a proxy character for the time being, or
Stefan E.
the last thing we see is a small community on the edge of a river near a tree line. There are makeshift silk hammocks, wooden huts, yurts almost, that have been made out of the silks. And we watch as Calyx is showing them how to cocoon. And the last thing we would see is like silk threads like wings just encasing Calyx's face. And that's where we'll end the episode. Happy fucking New Year, guys!
Yeah. Holy shit.
That
New Year, new
100%
boards!
Wow.
deserves one of those.
Read it up, baby.
Absolutely fucking smash that. As we pick up next week, we will see what the repercussions of the next day, finding the rest of the people ready for the election, seeing how Pez gets on. You know? Thank you so much to everybody out there. We hope you've had a great night. We hope you had a great new year. We'll be back next week for episode 53. Until then, thank you very much. May those dice gods be ever in your favour. We'll see you next time. Have a great one.
Bye-bye.